welcome to another episode of the Richard Lewis Show. Unexpected, probably, for a lot of you to do one so quick after the last one, but that's just how we're fucking rolling
back
right
in
now.
The game, Sean. We're back in the game.
The most terrifying crossover of all time.
It's all in the game now, Sean.
Just imagine that. Fucking Bane, the debt collector, straight wrecking people.
You owe me a grand, Sean. I've been collecting grants since before you were born.
Pretty fucked up, right? But yeah, anyway, I mean, you know, you can see Liquid are just fucking wrecking everybody over an IEM, so it kind of felt like may as well just send it live.
We ain't spoiling enough anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They
so there you have it.
So as well to give you some bad news, so it's not good.
Yeah. Not that we talk about esports on the show or anything like that.
That's the last match.
So, well, just while we've got esports in the room, obviously it's Twitch, so we better plug. Appreciate all the subs and donations coming in. A little bit perplexed, man, because it's another one of those shows where it's like, I'm not going to talk about anything serious. I realize, Sam, why you've been tapped out of the show, dude. It's because it was getting heavy, wasn't it?
No,
we did make the Richard Lewis show.
There was a bad
I hate
combination of obviously you moving away, new job, working, time zone, everything together. But yeah, at the same time, it was nice. Just like, oh, do you know how nice it is? That I haven't even thought about Trump for 9 months, but I haven't had to give a fuck. They say mental shit about all the time. He does mental shit, like just ignore it. But nor do I live in America, nor do I give a fuck. It's beautiful. When I was doing the show, I was informed. The worst thing to be.
Obviously, you're getting Boris Johnson. So, I mean...
I don't even know what's happening, but I don't even know, but it could be anyone for all I know. That's the best part. It could be anyone.
Oh, true.
For all I know, Tony Blair's back in the game, and he's going to be citizens arrested.
Tony Blair, well, that's brilliant, yeah. War criminal Tony Blair's back in the game.
For all I know,
so about Iran.
Back in the game.
And the thing is that we've realised that we need a plan to bring democracy to the Middle East again. Yeah, brilliant. Let's fucking round two.
We can have
with the Middle East.
Tony
Yeah, can't
Blair
fucking wait.
2 on Netflix, man. It'd be great.
Fuck that, man. But look, you know, another reason I'm perplexed is, you know, because we're on Twitch, we've got certain like standards and practices we have to adhere to. You know, we can't, you know, talk about certain topics and everything else. And me and Sam saw a video that is just so fucking mind blowing. We like wanted to show it to you, and we can't.
But it's not even
like,
because
we wanted
of how
to show
funny
it, to you,
it is.
but
But it is also because I've never seen it done. But I've
never seen it done.
I've heard about it being done. I've never seen.
Let me put a bit of background here, right? Like when I was at university, right? When I was at university, we were very experimental with drugs. You know, it was in the early noughties. We were coming out of the 90s, which had all these great drug-fueled musical movements, starting with, you know, acid house in the early 90s, which became sort of rave in the early to mid 90s, which sort of became dance, and then you have the explosion of Britpop, which moves into indie. You know, so there was a lot of you know, good drugs were still good roundabout then. They kind of tape it out by 2010. You know, drugs are shit now. That's just how it is.
Nah.
But I mean, look, okay, they're better than nothing. They're better than nothing. But you know, and obviously we don't endorse them, and you know, if you
unless it's legal where you live or you prescribe them.
Yeah, and if it's exactly. But anyway, when I was at university, we used to do a lot of fucking experimentation with what we took, and it was around about the same. I can't remember what year Gladiator came out, but I do know that we spent some of our student loan to get a DVD and a relatively big television. Right, and we had a house copy of Gladiator as soon as it came out. Incredibly, I didn't like Gladiator, the movie, that much when I first saw it. I took my girlfriend at the time to see it at the cinema, and for some reason I just couldn't get into it. Like I don't know if it's because she was there or whatever. It was just, but I was just watching it like, this is fucking garbage, and then learned to sort of love the film. You know, much later. But anyway, my Greek friend Mackie insisted on having a fucking copy in the house, right?
What do you mean? Insisted on having a copy in the house? Why?
No. As soon as it came out, like you have to understand where we lived in Wales.
You really wanted to keep watching it?
Yeah, we had to we had to drive to Cardiff,
right? I get it.
To get a copy of it when it came out, because you know nowhere else fucking sold DVDs.
Like, didn't want to be going to cinema every day. I need to watch Gladiator.
Yeah,
like boys, I need to see it again.
Exactly, and we probably went through a phase where we watched Gladiator every day, like wrecked out of our minds. And obviously, you know, we knew all the lines, we knew all the scripts.
Druggy movie, but space.
No, it was just good, innit? You know, you do a bit of beak, you fucking, you know, smoke a spliff, and there you've got fucking that massive fight at the fucking start with the fucking Celts, you know, when they come out the fucking forest. And that guy, like, with his 7 heads, he's like, Godo, Vado, Hudo! And he just chucks a fucking 7 head at them, like, yeah, this is the shit, like, I'm fucking jacked up now.
Yeah, you must be like, fucking yeah, let's do it, boy.
Yeah, you can't even believe it, like, you can't even believe how hard that shit hits you when you see that shit.
Ready to join the military, you two.
It's fucking great. So anyway, you know, we used to know all the script, and obviously that fucking line, you know, what you do in life echoes in eternity. Well, one night when we were feeling really stupid, we were like having a conversation about drugs, right, and the best way to take them. And one of the things that we knew from our cursory understanding of medicine was obviously because of how your ass works. If you do something up your ass, it hits you harder, right? Because it gets into your bloodstream pretty hard. I need to remember it right. I think it's not as. Is it as strong as lungs? Or no? Yeah, it's stronger than lungs. Your ass is stronger than your lungs, but it's not as strong as mainlining, so intravenous. So it's like intravenous, arse, lungs, nose.
Is it just thinness of skin we're looking for, or is it amount of nerve endings and amount of like,
it's because it's a mucous membrane. It's because it's a mucous membrane. So it gets in your bloodstream very quick because it's just like thin, all that so high concentration of veins, very thin. It's just straight in there. So I've known lots of people who, for example, want to bypass the stomach and they want to get drunk very quickly. So they used to.
That's another thing I've heard but never seen. But I've seen Jackass.
Well, it's a well known thing that Stefano, the StarCraft 2 player, who I think he's a fucking doctor now.
Yeah.
But he because of his love of medicine, his desire to be a doctor, you know, he used to soak tampons in vodka and stick them up his ass and get fucking wrecked. This is legit. This is no legit.
I just have a shot, but why don't you say have a shot instead? Is it right? No. Put your tampons away. No, it's fine. I'll get around in.
I'll just have a shot.
I'll just drink it. I'll drink it.
No, again, it gets it wrecks you. It wrecks you.
What, mentally, straight, for the trauma of the rock?
No, because it's like, have you ever seen that Steve-O video where he does 2 shots of vodka straight intravenous and he's walking around with a drip and he's absolutely fucking wrecked? So it's just one down from that. Like, you can't fuck with that shit because when you take alcohol in, it goes through all your intestines, it goes in your stomach, it's absorbed through the stomach wall. You know, you lose some of it. It's got a slow, like, delayed release. And think about how fucked up you get if you have a couple of shots super quick. So obviously straight into the blood, absolutely wrecked. Straight up the ass, wrecked. So don't try it at home, you know. But anyway, back to college. Back to uni. So, you know, we were talking about, like, you know, imagine doing, you know, X, Y, and Z up your ass. Imagine doing LSD straight in your ass and stuff like this. And then Mackie, he was just rolling a spliff. He just sort of looked up and went, "What you do up the ass echoes in eternity." So we were absolutely fucking buckled, right? Because of fucking Gladiator, right? So anyway, we started basically trying to. Every time people came up and listen, right? Every time, because we used to hang around with a load of fucking.
Oh no, man, you're trying to find a guinea pig, you know?
No, yeah, that was it. That was it, right? Because we used to hang around with a load of goobers. Right? And they were like, you know, they weren't worldwide. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, just straight nerding, right? Just straight nerding. Yeah, so we used to stay like, oh, you know, when they used to come up and be like, oh, you know, got any stuff? We'd be like, yeah. You know what you should really do, though, man?
You gotta goob it, or like,
you gotta do it up your ass, like, it's banging. Like, we're all doing it up our ass right now. Like, we're all doing it up our ass right now. Yeah, right now. We're on it right now, like. And so we used to try and get all the goobers to fucking go away and you know, stick things up their ass and basically report back to us. Like, we had this one guy, what was his name now? Ender. He was called Ender. He was an Irish guy called Ender. Like, this is no shit. Like, I can't even believe this is real. Right? I've never heard the name before, but apparently it's like Gaelic or something. And he's called Ender, like Bell Ender, we used to call him. And he fucking did it, didn't he? He did it. And he was coming, when he come up to the house to report, apparently he'd like crushed up a pillow or something. And anyway. And
why crush it if you put it up a ring?
I don't know. I think he just took it to the next level, like, for no reason.
Well, to be fair, that's better. He's increasing surface area, so you probably got way more fucked up.
And he came up to the house, and he was like, "Fuck, I can't even do the Irish accent."
Fucking hell, boys!
Fucking hell, boys!
Well,
fucking hell, boys! Yeah, I'll never fucking go back. I'll never fucking go back, so I won't. I'll never go back. He fucking been swallowing them all these years. Fucking hell. Gives you a fucking buzz, I tell you that. We were fucking just absolutely buckled, like, knowing that this guy had gone and done this. So anyway, why am I telling you all of this? Because me and Sam saw a video on Reddit, and it was two guys, and they were smoking crack in a hospital. I don't even... You might have seen the thread yourself, because I think it made it to the front page of Reddit.
Because nobody else had seen it either.
Yeah, because no one else had seen it. So it was two guys smoking crack in a hospital, and one guy pulled his trousers down, and the other guy got around, hit the pipe, and then turned around and blew it up his ring. I've never seen nothing like it. I've never... A ring blowback.
And he
fucking ring blowback of crack.
Can we do a detailed explanation? What's the rules? Am I allowed to go into detail about them or
no, I don't even know. I think we've already gone too far. I'm getting a panic attack just talking about it. Like, I'm having a panic attack. I can't believe it's real.
I'll just say, imagine if you wake up in the morning and your curtains are closed.
Thanks a lot for the subs there, buddy. Appreciate it.
If you wake up in the morning and then your curtains were closed, well, just imagine you opened up those curtains and stuck your head as deep in the curtains you could. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
It's got nothing to do with the previous act mentioned.
Listen, this guy is in there like he's rooting for truffles, mate. He's fucking
he is like a hog, but looking for fucking yams.
Like, yo, mate, it's unfucking real, isn't it? And he's just like, I've never seen nothing like it. Anyway, after a while, I think Reddit fucking came in and removed the video because obviously. Yeah, no, because if your video, right, so if you have a website as popular as Reddit, and the first thing people see on the front page is two people blowing crack up each other's rings, like, you got to stop that. You got to shut that down immediately. You have to shut it down. You must shut it down. So then what somebody did was they took it and they re-uploaded it, right? But what they did is they made a slight change. They put some music in the background. And the music they put in the background was...
They deleted
that. Sorry, I downloaded it, man. I've got it, I've kept it. I just can't believe it. But anyway, so the music they put in the background was the song from Toy Story, You Got a Friend in Me. You got a friend in me. It was fucking perfect. Like, it's the best thing I've ever fucking seen. Best thing I've ever seen. And the thing is, like, even describing it, like, you worry about Twitch, because even when you say this is an adult show, like, this is just mental, isn't it? And maybe it is too mental. Maybe this is, like, you know, Alinity's fucking chucking cats around like there's no tomorrow. But I'm talking about ring blowbacks. Friend in me. You got a friend in me. So the whole show, basically. The whole show as it is.
That's the name of the show already. You've got a friend of me.
Oh, yeah, you've got a friend of me.
Might as well update the title now.
Yeah. The base, the whole show now, like, talking about everything, like, nothing, it's just occluded. It's just there's this cloud of just ring blowbacks just a bit. And I can't think about anything else. Like, I really can't. Like, I'm distracted, guys, is what I'm trying to say. So this show, I don't even know where it goes. But here's what I did do, right? Well, first of all, let me also say as well, I did go on the fucking Raj Royale podcast. I'll give that a plug while I'm here. Raj has sort of messaged me a few times and said, like, do you want to come on? And then there's so many streamers apparently that like had an issue with me being on. It was like, oh, you know, you can't come on now because like Hassan's coming on, you know, whatever it is. But now, like, me and Destiny sort of, I wouldn't call it like squash the beef, but like we extended olive branches to each other and apologized to each other. But I had a good time. I was on there pretty long. I won a few rounds. You know, most of the rounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say you won
pretty,
most of the ones I saw.
yeah, I got pretty deep, but realistically, I was up against Alec while he was fishing.
Yeah,
and
what was his score?
Like, you know,
is he a streamer? Is he? I haven't seen him for that Alec guy.
Yeah, he's a streamer. He does a lot of fishing streams. He did another thing as well where he was kind of like doing up some old like house, you know. But
I do
yeah,
watch a couple of those on Twitch.
pretty...
I follow a few people who just like fish. And there's another guy who fucking like makes custom coins. Like he squishes coins and engraves them, but just random shit out in the background. Yeah, I just saw you living a dream, but he didn't say anything about the stream, just having a fish, but living it.
Yeah, but that's just how he rolls. It's interesting as well, because with this whole fucking alinity situation that's going on, I still can't believe Twitch haven't said or done anything about it. They, I remember when he got banned, because while he was fishing, like he had like a catfish, and he said, I'm going to keep this one or whatever, you know, and he was like holding it up and showing it up, and he dropped it.
Right.
And then put it back, and somebody saw that, and I think he ate like a 30-day ban for dropping a catfish.
He did like, fish it out of the water as well.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it really weird.
It's not like the fish stays there, but it is flapping. It's not like he threw it.
Mate, catfish are strong as fuck.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if he had launched it against the wall, different story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was a bit. It's all a bit weird, but anyway, he just fished and didn't say much except like I got fucked by Twitch, like, you know, and then went back to fishing. But it was good and weird because, you know, I follow a lot of people who work in the adult entertainment industry on Twitter, you know, because I like to get their thoughts and their tweets are some of the most amusing, you know, stuff you'll probably see on Twitter, like low key. And obviously Riley Reid is fucking queen. I love her to bits.
You and fucking Riley Reid.
Yeah, she's fucking great.
She watched.
I mean, like just funny, and she likes Rick and Morty. I was always hoping that would be the in, because I used to work across when I was working at Turner. I used to be across from fucking Adult Swim, and I was gonna be like,
come have a tour?
Yeah, want to come? Well, I'll get you a tour. But yeah, Riley Reid's great. Anyway, so me and Malkova were like just talking, and she followed me back. It's the first adult entertainment person that's actually followed me on Twitter. So the show was great. I had a super good time. And you don't want to know what's really trippy? I have never seen any of her work.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I know her name, like, I've never. Don't know.
So no, it was a really good stream. I met some pretty cool people. You know, Bruce was funny as fuck. Wes, King of the Incels, was like really playing it up for the stream. So yeah, it was a good time. I'm totally glad I did it. Actually, I was a little bit apprehensive going in, but yeah, it was a very good time, and I think it all worked out about as good as it could have done. Especially when like Raj dropped the WWE. By God, it's destiny! It's destiny! Yeah, like just full coming in.
I'm calling you out.
Yeah. Well, facts and logic. Facts and logic tonight. So it was just like that, you know. But that was pretty good. I think it went about as well as it could have done. So look, we can start the show in earnest now. So let's do a follow up. Let's do a follow up because it's close enough that everyone remembers. On the last show, we talked about our big topics, which were sort of, you know, the state of incels, of course. We'll get to that in a second. But bird attacks, right? And let me tell you, I've said it many times. Like, some of the shit you're going to listen to on the show, it's banter, it's funny. Other stuff, we're fucking just super ahead of what's actually going on. And we clocked it with the bird attacks. We clocked, like, because, again...
People getting fucked up.
Yeah, no, but this is the thing. Like, literally about 4 days after our show, Wall Street Journal, BBC, all of these,
they're all watching,
yeah, right? They all started reporting that actually, yeah, bird attacks are indeed on the rise. It's a legit thing that's happening. Here's the report from the BBC. You got a report from me.
And if you're watching, get your own fucking stories next time, right?
Yeah, it's true. Like, yeah, I gotta say, I'm disappointed in the BBC and Wall Street Journal for not crediting me, Richard Lewis. But anyway, yeah, you can see here, and this was about the US. Wasn't even about the UK. I think all of our videos in my focus, on my bird attack feed that I have,
were UK ones, yeah.
Yeah, they're all UK, but apparently US bird attacks are on the rise too. And it says here in this report, that it's not just gulls, because we were talking about seagulls and they were the primary offenders. I mean, seagulls.
Classic rat of the sky.
I want to get some stat realism, some crime stats on who's committing all the bird crime. Because let me tell you, it's not chaffinches. It's not robins.
No budgies.
Straight seagulling.
Budgies are down there dying for the cause, but going down in mines, fucking just passing out dead.
Exactly.
Seagulls be stealing chips.
But what was interesting was they had well, you can see on the BBC thing. You can check that video out if you want to just play it while we're doing it. This is a cyclist just getting bombed by. Yeah, look at it, like a Staffordshire bird. It's not fucking
that
small,
is like an eagle. Nah, but that will fuck it up as well. That
will have your eyes out.
I don't know if it's an eagle or a hawk. I don't know. It says bird of prey. So.
You ever seen the film Vikings with Kirk Douglas?
No.
You ever seen that?
No.
Anyway, it's a good movie, It's just like it's got Kirk Douglas in you. You gotta love that shit. Well, it's just a bit where he gets his eye fucking clawed out by his. I think it's Tony Curtis is the good guy, and he has a pet eagle, right? And Tony Curtis has been tapping Einar, I think his name is, if I remember. It's been about for 10 years since the movie. Yeah, Einar was Kirk Douglas, and he's been tapping Einar's bird. So Einar's a Viking's a bit chopsy about it, And anyway, he fucking comes up and he's like, right, I'm gonna fucking straight wreck you. And Tony Curtis goes, I've got a pet eagle, mate. Fucking have it. And this eagle, it claws his fucking eye out, mate.
Oh yeah, known for it, but for it.
Straight for the eyes. Like you didn't even have to tell it.
If you could train birds of prey for fucking to go for throat and eyes, imagine that for a fucking army, but. Imagine just a swarm of fucking hawks around you.
Anyway,
if you want more proof, they stole
Kirk Douglas gets wrecked. So yeah, but look at this, and then you go down to the ABC Brisbane video. This is a magpie just dive bombing a cyclist as well, like just having a dive bomb, just a cheeky fucking a magpie. Like who are you?
One for sorrow, innit? But
yeah, innit?
One for sorrow, two for a dig.
Look at it.
One for the helmet, like. See, that one isn't trained. If he knew how to go for the eyes.
Oh, yeah, but it's only a matter of time before he figures it out. Once he's bent his fucking beak off that bad boy, he'll be thinking about eyes next time, won't he? When he's walking around like fucking Cyril Snare from the Raccoons, like, Cedric. When he's walking around like that. So look at it.
They even referenced the Welsh guy, by the way. You know the one who got told to hold an umbrella? He's in the article, but a man from Preston in Wales was told by his town council to put up umbrellas.
And again, it wasn't just a beep. It wasn't just BBC. I consider this a win for us. I consider us. We did this.
Winners.
Wall Street Journal article here. Proving Hitchcock right. Even talking about the movie I talked about. Saying, did I not say in the show that Hitchcock has been proven right? Like it's seriously, a motherfuckers at the Wall Street Journal watching the Richard Lewis show. Is this a thing? Is this real? Is it possible?
Well, they watch PewDiePie, man. They must love you too.
Oh yeah, I'm only not far off. Like,
if you watch
not far off.
Watch everything. Oh, it works.
We're on the same
channel, is it?
Just good. Put that in the sponsor deck, Sam.
Let's do some Minecraft network.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see in there, it's fucking, breaking it down, talking about Hitchcock the birds, talking about how bird attacks statistically are on the rise. There's all these videos. And they're saying this summer they seem to be especially agitated. And what they're saying is this is because
lack of food, heat. It must be or something.
Yeah. Well, right. So my understanding is this is my scientific theory that I've cobbled together from my cursory understanding of ornithology. Right.
Ready.
Basically, birds get moisture from their food. Right. So when they do, when they have water, they might take like a little bit in. Generally, they're sort of washing and cleaning themselves, but they need their food to be moist. I think they keep it in a part of them called the gizzard.
Right.
And that's how they absorb moisture into their system.
Right.
So I think that's how it works with birds. So basically, it's been really hot, right? So that means you need more moisture.
Yeah.
So, and they get their moisture from food. So they're attacking motherfuckers that got the food. And obviously, who's got all the food? Humans.
Also,
so,
as we learned from Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry. So if they are,
no,
they're going to be
definitely
snapping
not.
out, Nick.
Definitely not. Maybe that's a new campaign for Snickers. Like, nah! Like someone's getting a fucking iPad. Like, you're not you when you're hungry.
I was laughing at fucking Snickers.
Oh, sorry if I just deafened y'all.
No, it was good.
Anyway, so it was a real thing. We were completely right, and just to back it up, mate, I saw the fucking. Well, I mean, I know you've already seen this, so we can't even get a genuine react. I've got some good stuff for you though. You are gonna react to later on. That I haven't shown you. I've been keeping it. All the stuff I think that's gonna make Sam laugh. Keep that, right? So this was a video. A lot of people sent me this. I think I got sent this about 40 or 50 times. And basically what it is, it's two Welsh boys in a beer garden, and they've clocked a seagull because we're savvy about animals, the Welsh.
I reckon he's been causing
for sure,
problems as well, but they must have
exactly.
He's been starting shit, keep an eye on him.
Oh, the seagull's Larry as fuck. You can tell immediately just by without even pressing play on the video.
Look at him, he's a string.
Look at his stance. Like you can tell he's about to get wide immediately. Yeah, but anyway, the one thing I will say about the Welsh is, we are definitely savvy about animals and animal behavior. We do know about it, right? It's one thing that we're very always cognizant of. But this seagull is fucking Larry as fuck. And here's the best bit, right? It absolutely wrecks some guy. And what makes it better is there's just two Welsh boys in a beer garden just berating this guy. Like, just absolutely heckling him after he's been wrecked by a seagull. It's fucking so good. And it's so quintessentially Welsh. It's perfect. So, 3, 2, 1, right. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Look at him. Spotted.
No, I immediately clocked it.
Here we go. He's fucking poised.
Here we go.
Ready, steady.
He's having a sausage.
Ready,
sausage.
steady. Eyes on
Fucking
the
nice,
prize.
lovely that is. That's fucking lovely. Fucking like that.
Here we go.
£2 more expensive.
Pounce, pounce, pounce. Yes! Boom, got him! Fucking jackpot! Fucking jackpot! Get him! Yes! Fucking gutted. Absolutely spewing this guy is now. Fucking spewing.
He's fucking spewing that guy.
I know, man. I haven't heard that in years, man. I haven't heard that yet. He's fucking spewing. I haven't heard it in years, man. I haven't heard it in so long. The best, it's everything about that's perfect, right? That guy's he's just some fucking mad loser, just one of life's losers. Do you know what I mean? He's walking down there, right? He's walking down the street. He's there with his bird. He's fucking having a bite of his sausage. Oh, lovely these, aren't they, Sharon? Lovely. He gets one bite in.
For the sausage,
Seagull swoops down, gets the full roll, the full sausage roll. Like, not even a flake of pastry off the top, not the bag. You know what I mean? Doesn't get a bit of it. The full fucking roll. And then it just stands in front of him and tries to deep throat the sausage roll. Like that. Right, and then he runs over to give it a kick. Done again with a fucking sausage roll hanging out of its fucking neck hole. It's just bossed out of there. His girlfriend's laughing at him, and then he's got two fucking Welsh boys, like fucking Statler and Waldorf or whatever the fuck they were called from the Muppets. He's spewing! Look at him! He's been done by that girl! Fucking spewing! Fucking spewing! He's been how do you ever recover from that? Like, how do you ever recover from that? Like, you have been just done. Spewing! He's what happened? He's not getting.
It's funnier because he definitely is spewing.
Oh, he is 100%. Like he gets back tonight, and his fucking girlfriend just down and goes, "Oh, you know, I've been thinking about it. I just can't be with a man who gets wrecked by a seagull and then just gets berated in public."
He's already carried her shopping. Look, he's got like a
exactly. I know. Yeah, I know. Like, I know.
Spare fucking
but I went and bought you the tampons, love. It doesn't matter, Di. It's over. Like,
you're gonna be sparing. I'm leaving it. Spare.
He's just been fucking emasculated by a single.
Those 2 guys open his front door. Spare when your wife's leaving. Spare.
Exactly. That's it. He comes home. She's in bed with another man. Right? He's like, "Well, how can you do this, Sharon?" And the 2 Welsh boys are in the cupboard spewing. He's spewing about.
I thought you were gonna say they both under the duvet. He runs it. They all lift it up. Spare when I'm fucking wife. Spare when I fucking spare when.
We're having a nice with your missus by here, you spewing.
Eiffel Tower in a spewing, I'd be spewing.
His life's garbage, like, his life's hot garbage, like, I just wouldn't want to fucking be him for no, like, all the tea in China, fuck it, like, I'm not doing it, I'm spewing, like.
Spewing.
So we just wanted to keep you abreast of bird attack developments. Like, it's still going on. So this summer, if you see any, exactly, hold on to your sausage rolls tight as fuck. And if you do see any suspect birds in the area, obviously just give them a wide distance, because these birds are out of control. These birds are wild, and you know what I mean.
We haven't had clarification from government what the attack range of a bird is, but if it's flying, are you allowed to attack? What's the self-defense?
Hide your rolls, hide your wife. These seagulls are wrecking everyone up in here. So anyway, so there was that, and then we did another story. We covered another story about remember the little dwarf dude?
What this?
Yeah, wait, hang on. I've got it.
What do you mean? Oh, here we go. He's becoming fucking tinker.
Warwick Davis here.
He doesn't sound like that at all.
I can't be alone.
Timestamp that, man. Timestamp that out.
Not what the state. I can't be like, well, they saw him do it. They didn't actually think it's Warwick Davis.
Check, please.
Lamp, please.
Can't do it, man.
Key, please.
Anyway, we'll timestamp that. Like,
I don't sound like that.
He's spewing if he sees this clip.
Yeah,
Warwick Davis is spewing. Thanks a lot for the gifted subs, Cox.
What is this show?
I don't even know. I told you it was fucked, didn't I?
For about 18 minutes.
No, I warned you. I've still got the fucking video in my head. I've still got the rings. Lord of the Rings. I've still got Lord of the Rings in my mind, man. Oh, anyway, so fucking. Yeah. We'll have a talk at the end. We'll all one of our conferences at the end. So about the Warwick Davis, mate.
What do we think about the sound enhanced spewing?
So anyway, there was a guy who had a full mental breakdown in. I can't do a show with you anymore. Right. No, you remember the guy who had the full mental breakdown in Bagel Boss or whatever it was called?
Yeah, alright.
The little dude, that's what I'm talking about.
I was going to fucking say,
no. The last week, we're still on last week's show.
He's had a full mental breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, he did, didn't he?
Oh, he did, yeah.
And for those who didn't see it, he basically was in Bagels and he started shouting at the staff about how women don't date him because he's only 5'2" or something.
I think
and then he said, "Come on, then, you want to fight me?" So a guy did fight him and put him on the floor. Well, anyway, it blew up virally, but it didn't have the effect I thought it was gonna have. Because
I've seen a little.
I was like,
I saw he did a podcast.
No, it's mental.
Like a production company or something gonna touch him, or a YouTube guy. Fuck knows.
If you ever despair for the state of humanity, and you need evidence to show to someone, well, we're just fucked, aren't we? Like, if your partner's like, well, let's have a kid. Nah, you're all right. Because it's this, isn't it? This is the example you can use. So everybody, because he went viral, like all the news outlets were tracking him down to interview him.
Yeah.
Just check out the state of this interview, by the way. I'll bring it up. Yeah, no, it's meant to look how small he is.
I haven't seen this.
Well, be prepared for 15 seconds of just nonsense. All right, yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
What do you mean take it out? And you're acting like I committed mass shooting or something. That guy, twice my size, that women love, the bullies, attacked me.
He was quickly done talking.
You know what? I don't really, no offense, I don't really like you that much, so this interview's over.
Peace. Show those scumbags. See you later, scumbags.
Have you got that?
Yeah, I gotta find this.
Just put that. Right? Just do a compare and contrast, by the way.
Right, pressure's on, but wherever.
I don't really like you, so this interview's over.
See you later, scumbag.
Show's over, scumbags.
What did I get? There it is. I got it, but show's over, scumbags.
Yeah, just straight play it, man. I'll have to just watch it belatedly on the phone.
Show's over, scumbag. TV's on. See you later, scumbag. Happy landing.
Show's over, scumbags. We were waiting for an opportunity to use that at the end of one of our streams, right? Show's over, scumbags. See you later, scumbags.
Show's over, scumbags. See you later. Happy landing. Happy landing. Happy landing.
Oh, I wish I was still doing TV so I could have dropped that at the end of E-League. Can you imagine dropping that at the end of E-League? And there we have it. Cloud9 win. Show's over, scumbag. See you later, scumbag. Just end the live television show. Oh, fuck. Anyway. Right. So you can see immediately they were all interviewing him. He was really belligerent in the interviews. He was like, oh, I never did nothing wrong. I was being bullied. You never did nothing. I never did nothing wrong. Right? But here's the thing. Immediately, in these interviews and stuff, it's like he should have become the detestable face of the incel.
Yeah.
That's what should have happened, right? Hang on. Just put some more light on my face so people can see how fucking red and shiny I am from crying. Right? But in one of the interviews, he said, well, since his video went viral, women love him now.
I seen one girl have a picture with him.
Women love him.
I didn't look into it.
The women love him. Look at some of these quotes. My phone is blowing up like the president. I haven't even got to my friends yet. I got girls hitting on me I don't even know. How? Like, what about that fucking video?
I reckon they're just trying to get more comments out of him, but or maybe they just feel
what,
bad
you think you think he's just being straight trolled?
Maybe a few girls will be like, fair play, but that guy's life is
never
shit.
underestimate the power of a pity fuck.
Exactly, that's what I mean. But it could change his entire life. He could be one jet away from being a normal human being, but you have no idea, like. You never know, but maybe he has just fucked his life up, but he's just fucked his life.
What do you mean?
Who knows, but maybe.
Jet, please.
Jet, please. I'm saying, but if these women, fair play, those women are way nicer than any of us would be, but we all just think he's a massive cunt. Maybe some women like, oh, pity, I'll try and talk to him and be reasonable, and maybe I can make him not a massive cunt. I don't know, but maybe there are nice people still in the world. Yeah,
maybe, but anyway, he said other stuff. Like, it's just fucking crazy. He's like talking about how like everywhere he goes he's bullied and he's standing up to the bullies. He's got a YouTube channel that's popping off now, mate. He's got a YouTube channel.
What videos do you do, but?
Well, I don't know if you want to see him, but he's got a YouTube channel that's popping off. He was in a fucking TMZ story. Right? Like, he's legit fucking, like, blowing up off the back of this. And then, get this for the next part, which is just unreal. He's got a deal, right? He's got a deal to do celebrity boxing matches. No.
With Uzi Beetlejuice. But Beetlejuice is actually a boxer, but that could actually be a thing. The crossover could be real, but...
I've seen it. Like,
fucking how many ads
but here it
this
is. This
website got,
is the
like,
report.
what the fuck?
Guy who went viral after being tackled at a bagel shop just signed a contract to fight other celebrities. Like, it's mental. So they're literally gonna monetize his short man syndrome, and put him into. Here's what he said when asked about his chances in the ring. He said, "I don't need no training. I'm prepared. Might want to train a little bit, mate.
I don't need no training.
I don't need no training.
Who needs a lot of training.
I'm 4'11". I'm feeling pretty confident. Like, nah, it's ridiculous.
On his fucking tippy toes, he might be 4'11", but he's fucking 4'6" in a poob.
Now apparently he's bang on 5 foot.
Says who?
He is. Yeah. Well, now he's got a manager. Now he's got an agent, hasn't he? Now he's blown up, hasn't he? So
I like to see our tail of the tape, but
yeah,
with a reach of
fake
7
news,
inches.
It's like Donald Trump being 240 pounds. Like, in what fucking world is that real? So anyway, yeah, he should have become the detestable face of the incels. Didn't. Now is more famous than me, and probably more famous than I'll ever be. Straight rolling in money, fighting.
I feel hope that maybe someone will make him nicer, but maybe the fact that people are reaching out to him, because I saw a video, he went to a bar and everyone fucking hated him, but so even if he is famous, it's not good, but he's not enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, true. More people are just going to be
bar
testing his gangster
everyone's
now.
Like, get the fuck out of here, like, forcing him out. He's like, wait, what did I do? He's like, you fucking hate women. He's like, okay. It's like, well, that's the reason, but can you leave? Didn't really have much of a defense,
you're right. It could get awkward for him. It could get awkward for him. No. So we'll keep you up to date with all the Chris Morgan, that's his name, news.
Why have I got to know his name?
I know, it's mad, isn't it? Right?
But
Bagel Boss. We'll keep you up to date with all of the happenings in the life of Bagel Boss and the Bagel Boss man. And we might even see if we can get highlights from his first fight when it happens. Actually,
fuck that. Let's get licensing rights. How much can it cost? Let's fucking be here and commentate. Yeah. Let's be live.
Bagel in a date with a 6-foot woman.
Let's do it live, but do it from your house.
Stab it in the garden. Twitch, stab it in the garden. Like, I might hit him up. Actually, you should probably do that, Sam. Like, send him an email asking if we can get partnership rights to do commentary on his fights. Yeah, I'm down.
Get from our bud.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then our anglers, we just train whoever he's fighting against, but we get like proper hard training, Mike Tyson in, but teach him how to give fucking left hooks.
Yeah.
We go anti-incel.
Now, there was a story from months ago that we just kept forgetting on the show, to talk about on the show, and I don't understand how we've left it this long, given that in the middle of the night, right?
Right.
I think I was lying in bed, so God knows what time it was for you. You must have just got up. Unless you were just having an all-nighter.
Probably.
And I think what was I think we just got the super long Skype message. Mate. With about 50 years and mate. You always know it's a banger if you get a mate. It's like that's basically like our red light emoji, you know.
Defcon 4.
Yeah. All right, well, fucking hell, doesn't matter what is going on with me. I haven't slept in days, but the mate alarm has been deployed. Like, I gotta get on it.
You know? Think, but when the fucking sensors go up.
Right. So anyway, Sam was just absolutely buckled, You could tell he was just fucking crying with laughter just because how fucked up his typing on Skype was. And this story is just mental. It is.
I can't even look at him. I can't look at the screen. But I've seen it so many. But this is my Steam profile. But I see it every day.
Oh, thanks a lot, Jim, for a
makes me laugh.
Oh, it's too good, isn't it? It's too mental. This is going to be a struggles to get through, right? But anyway, remember how I used to talk about my stepdad? He used to fucking, he just had an indestructible stomach and he would just eat garbage all the time. Like, so just to put it into context, right? There would be just meat in the refrigerator that would just be it had been opened for days, and it was like a week out of date. And my mother would be like, "Oh, throw that out," and you going, "You wimp, it'll be fine." And then like you'd see him like about 7 hours later, the toilet would be fucking stinking. He'd be like, "Nah, I got a bit of an upset stomach. Been shitting." Been shitting. Like, yeah, obviously. You just eating some green ham, you mad cunt.
Lovely.
He was. Yeah. Spewing out his ring. So he used to do that all the time. And then we linked it to that guy who ate that fucking 30-year out-of-date cereal. You remember that?
Yeah.
Right? 30 years out of date. I'm just going to have a box of Cheerios. That'll be fine. So anyway, this is unreal. This is a type of iron stomach, the likes of which I have never seen. Right? So you just be prepared, guys. This is a tough one. We've already made you laugh a little bit on this show. This is ridiculous. This is too much. The headline from the Metro. Right, I'm going in. Grandad eats half a tub of paint, thinking it's yogurt. The Grandad. Look how much of a DOS cunt he looks.
I haven't even shown him his face yet, but I ain't even shown him.
Is he not even on? Wait, you see the state on him.
Read the caption, but first, and then I'll show him.
A Grandad has become an online sensation after slurping down half a can of paint, believing it to be a tub of yogurt. Oh, fuck. Thankfully, 90-year-old Bobby has a stomach of iron, with his insides reportedly unfazed by the unappetizing dessert, according to granddaughter Alex Stein, who shared a photo of him on Twitter with mint green. How was this a thing? How was it a thing?
Call them mint green lips?
Oh my lord!
Look
at the pain. How was he thought it was young? Look at it. Look at it, man. How has he done it? Like, and he just look at him. He's just like, you are, like you are. My lips are green. He's 90.
Alex. Is that paint supposed to sting? Is that yogurt supposed to burn on the way down?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh.
Fucking this yogurt sticky.
Mate, if you're 90 and you had half a tub of... That should finish you off. Like, that should finish you off. You don't... How is he fine? How is he fine?
But he made an Instagram page, but... This can't be real, but... No. This is new, but this is new info, but this can't be real. In a
the Instagram page?
Bobby is very aware of his newfound fame and appears to have explained his side of the events on an Instagram page set up after his picture went viral. In a post under her name, it said, "Apparently, I ate paint this morning. Shit honestly tastes better than yogurt. So, hashtag no regrets, hashtag poison control after me, but they said I'll be fine."
How has he dropped that? How has he dropped the no regrets? Like, how has he dropped it? You must regret eating half a tub of paint. How do you, even if it didn't kill you or doesn't make you sick, you must regret it. Like, I might have it tomorrow as well.
Lapse of judgment. Honestly, I was fucking
you got to regret it. Like, he'll be dead soon when he's on his deathbed. Like, any regrets?
Nah.
Nah, none. Not even eating that paint. It's unreal. I just can't believe, like, his lips, like... He's just there with his lips. He's stained. It's ridiculous. Just, the picture, he's just completely oblivious. Like, yogurt doesn't stain your lips, does it? Come on. Oh, it's too much. Like, and I just love that bit as well. Like, when I say he loves yogurt, He lives for yogurt. Can't love me that much. She just fucking nailed half a fucking tub of paint and gone, yeah, it was actually better than that fucking Danon shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, Durex is a condom, isn't it? What's the pink car with a fluffy dog? Is that...
Oh, Dulux.
Durex.
Yeah, Dulux. Yeah.
Oh, Deluxe.
Denim. Fuck me, that's too much, you know. Oh, fucking need a rest. Oh, sorry, you've been chopping him up as well. Like you've been doing it, like
just give him a double face.
Oh, right, just have a break, yeah. Oh,
just have a sit though.
All right, come back in the room for a bit. Meanwhile, in Newcastle, did you see this headline? It from the Chronicle. This is too much, man. Man caught masturbating on train to Newcastle tells police it was to relieve stress.
Sound.
I'm sure
that's all right then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure it does. Like, I'm sure. Like, if you're feeling stressed, like a Tommy Tank will fucking sort you right out. But just don't do it on a train. You know what I mean? Just don't do it in the middle of a train. A man caught masturbating on a train to Newcastle told police he had been doing it on and off for an hour and a half to relieve stress. What's he edging himself for? What's he edging himself for? Like, I'm edging myself to relieve stress.
Well, I've been doing it for a few hours if you want me to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, yeah. Do you want a lawyer?
Who gives that information?
Do you want a fucking lawyer, mate? Do you want a lawyer to fucking advise you what to say to police? Yeah, right, well, all right, Perry Mason, I've just been caught wanking on a train. Right, you didn't tell him you were wanking for 2 hours, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's edging himself as well. Like, I just can't believe it. Like, need to relieve stress. I'm just going to edge myself. Geordie Cornelius Yaboa, I guess.
Your boy.
Yabue?
Yabue, I think.
Shabue?
Yeah, that looks right. Yabue.
Yeah, Geordie Cornelius Yabue was caught out when a female Network Rail staff member sat next to it. Stop then! You got away with it. Like, do you know what I mean? All right, you've been doing it for 2 hours. You've got away with it. Right, someone next to me now. Better stop this.
Hang on, how sneaky was this wanko? But if a staff member managed to sit next to him and he's been doing it for hours, but fair play, this cunt's got fucking some outrageous stealth. Hour and a half wank, and only now they notice when she sat next
Stealth
to
100,
him.
like
fucking hell. This cunt's got
Geordie
fucking
Cornelius
feathers on.
Yabue was caught out when a female Network Rail staff member sat next to him on the busy service from London King's Cross to March this year. Newcastle Crown Court heard the horrified witness saw him making slow, methodical movements with his hand in his crotch. The prosecutor said the woman noticed his movements becoming more vigorous and told him, I hope you're not doing what I think you're doing.
No.
And then he said, no, and then just started up again.
So, how long have you been
when
for?
questioned in
Hours?
court, when questioned in court, he said he'd been doing it to relieve stress. But he did plead guilty to outraging public decency. I don't even know what you get for that. Oh, here you go. It tells you at the end. He's Yabue, who has no previous convictions. You don't just do this out of the blue, by the way, do you?
Yeah, well, it does say up
never...
here, actually, the night before he had taken drugs after celebrating a friend's graduation and it was in some kind of stupor. So he's just sitting there, drugged out. Just, what are you doing? Nothing.
Fucking
No wonder he took out off. He's got straight big dick in there. Soft as well.
So he's been given a 12-month community order. He's got to carry out 15 days anti-wanking rehab and 80 hours of unpaid work.
Fucking hell.
Which under the Conservatives is just a standard contract these days.
It's a week work.
Yeah. See, made it political at the end. A little bit of politics, a little bit of politics.
Flatter.
Yeah, a little bit of politics. Ah, the anti-wanking rehab, Sam. Fuck me, I'm exhausted after this show. Like, fuck me.
What do they do? Do they put the fucking Velcro on your hands? You're gonna have to wear these sandpaper gloves.
Yeah. The old sandpaper glove treatment. Patented when we fucked over Alan Turing. Now on the £50 note. Very, very happy about that. Then there was this, another local news story, which just can't be real. You found this one. I don't even know how you got a hold of this. But this is in Bristol, right? And let me tell you, right, I don't scare easy. Me. There was that time in Atlanta, I nearly got popped, nearly got caught in the crossfire and had to run.
Yeah.
Didn't even know I could run anymore because I'm old and my body's shot to bits. Like everywhere I fucking walk now, I'm just hearing constant clicking noises. You know, like when you play like a MOBA,
which is fucking probably bad. Every time I get out of bed,
yeah. You know when you play the MOBA and your mouse is just like like that. That's my back, like, and the knees. That's the sound like when I'm just walking to the kitchen, like fucking hell. It's unreal, man. It's like transform.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It is like a transform.
Yeah, you just have to get into the water. Yeah, I'm absolutely shot to bits. Like, because I broke my ankle, that's clicking all the time now and it's super sore. My left knee's completely gone. There's like barely any cartilage left in it. My lower back, I've got 2 fucking slip discs. I think I got fused discs up in here, like fucking.
You need your stem
like
cells,
Garth from fucking Wayne's World. I know I need the stem cells.
I'm going for stem cells.
I've got to get
Me
them
and
stem
you
cells.
Just film us getting stem cells, but I'm having them.
Yeah, brilliant. Great content, that.
Yeah,
Rich and Sam.
love that, man.
Do you remember when we used to do videos about like Harambe, Pepe Mix? It's just Rich and Sam get stem cells.
Yeah,
how's that content?
Well, we film us getting injected. Like,
it's just an injection.
Yeah.
You don't go super saiyan.
But we do a bong it
Nothing
before
happens.
or something. The way we spice it up. Legal and Vince, by the way, completely fine.
So what, we have to inject ourselves with a disease and then inject ourselves with the stem cells and see which one wins? Is that what you're saying?
No, have a bong it, chill out,
go
in a deprivation tank, and then put the stem cells in. Go deep
I thought you were.
first.
I thought you were meant like doing that thing that when you're super bored, you have a laxative and you have an Imodium and you see whether you shit yourself or get constipated.
I've never done
the old race.
But it sounds fun. I am
up for it. Banging. If you ever just bored, got nothing to do, there's nothing on telly. Have one of each, see who wins. And we're off. But yeah, I don't think Rich and Sam get stem cells.
Why not? But we could film like how your body clicking, and then after 6 months, we film you doing fucking front kicks and just fucking breaking bricks with your fists.
Mate, it's not like a comic book where you get like
if you pay enough,
activity,
it is. But if you pay enough, like they'll shoot you full of so many stem cells, you'll have to grow because there won't be anywhere else for them to go. But you'll have to get bigger.
Mate, if I come out looking like fucking Goro or something,
you look like the Michelin Man, like you'll be strong as fuck. Imagine the Michelin Man, but every roll is just pure muscle, but like an alligator.
But anyway, I pelted it because, like, I didn't want to catch a fucking stray. I thought, man, if I get fucking shot here, this is gonna suck. But it was up at some late night fucking gas station. I think 2 dudes, they get a bit trigger happy in Atlanta. I used to live around the corner from this pretty dicey area, but I used to just walk up there and get liquor at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. There'd be people playing dice like out the back of it was one of them places, I used to, because they would just serve liquor out of hours, I would just walk up there like, you got a friend in me.
Rich, can you do me a favour around it?
No, it's the thing though, because one of the things that's interesting is because you have like a British accent, like they just don't give you any shit immediately because it's like it's not on you. Like the state of America is not on you, right? Like so people like eyeing you up and you go, you all right, mate? And you go, oh, fucking hell, weird accent. All right, cool. He's all right. He's just a foreigner. He's in the same boat,
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, it started popping off. I know the sound of gunfire because I shoot regularly. And I just fucking pelted it. And that's probably the most scared I've ever been. The most scared. I've had guns pointed at me, less scared, because I didn't think they were going to actually pull the trigger. When bullets are just spraying everywhere, and you're just stood there like, trying to get your fucking cans. Trying to get your cans.
Can I just get a beer, mate? Can I just get a beer?
No, can you just hold off killing each other? It's Miller time, baby. Like, and you got to fucking run away. Thanks again, Jin, for the kusu, man. Appreciate it. But that was pretty scared. But let me tell you, if this happened to me, Sam, I think I'd be is equally scared. I'm not joking. This is ridiculous. So this is in Somerset as well. If you ever been to Somerset, maybe you come from Somerset. Yeah, it's basically like the Wicker Man. It is, mate. It is. Come on.
I'm not.
It's one again in the scary inbred places to go. It's one down from Deliverance. Somerset. Yeah.
Get out.
It is bad. It is bad. Well, anyway, this is just mental. The headline: Gimp. Why is that the first word on the BBC headline? Gimp. Gimp suit man terrifies woman in Somerset village. The picture, it. She got a picture of it. Oh Lord. A woman says she is scared to go out after enduring a terrifying encounter with a man wearing a gimp suit in a dark village.
Bring out the gimp.
But the gimp's in Somerset. Guess you better go get him a one-way ticket to America then. Right. A woman says she is scared to go out after enduring a terrifying encounter with a man wearing a gimp suit in a dark village lane. She was walking in Claverham, Somerset, when she saw someone charging at me in a full black rubbery suit. I would shit myself. I would shit, but that's Silent Hill. Like, I'd be fucking.
What's a man gonna do in a gimp suit?
Pants, please.
Oh, if you lose a fight to someone in a gimp suit, you deserve to lose, but like,
what are you talking about?
How's a guy in a gimp suit gonna part through, but?
Mate, haven't you seen 8mm? The film with Nick Cage?
No, but I'd be carrying a knife.
Mate, there's a giant gimp in that. Listen, there's a giant gimp in that called Machine. There's a giant gimp in that film called Machine.
Yeah, because he's bigger than your average gimp, but this one
is
an average.
He's called gimp. Machine.
Yeah, he's specially designed gimp. This is just your regular walk-in-the-mill gimp, like run-of-the-mill gimp.
There's literally a line in 8mm. This guy gets shot in the neck, and as he's bleeding out, he just turns around and the giant gimp's there. And he goes, "Kill them all, Machine." He's gonna kill them all, mate.
Does he wear a gimp mask? Proper? Does he look like him?
Yeah, legit. Legit. Go watch 8mm. It's so bad, it's brilliant. It's got Nick Cage in it, so I mean that's already your fucking win, right? Like. It's already a win if just not the bees. We've got Nick Cage in it, brilliant. But then it's got Joaquin Phoenix before he blew up as well.
If you defeat the gimp,
playing owner of a porn store he plays, and they're investigating. What happens is it's called 8mm because they get this movie. It's a snuff movie.
I'm already
and they're like
too creepy.
No, listen, and they go.
We got a gimp and a snuff film.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Yeah. It was trying to be like Seven, I think. But basically, like, that urban myth, like, ooh, snuff movies. I used to hear that all the time in the fucking 80s, I mean, there were morons used to fucking tell me at school, oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacres is like a documentary. Like, yeah, brilliant, yeah, of course. You've definitely seen it, haven't you, you little fucking 9-year-old shit-stirring cunt. Anyway, fucking... So they get this snuff movie and they're trying to determine whether it's real or not, and then it turns out it is real, so Nick Cage decides to investigate who did it, who filmed it, who killed the girl, and bring justice to the family. It's got like loads of mad over-the-top scenes in it, mate. It's so over-the-top. There's this scene where like Nick Cage is with the parents' family, like wrecked out of his mind. He's going, I want permission to hurt them. Give me permission. It's like, oh, it's so massive Nick Cage overacting. And then, as I said, like the immortal line. This is another DVD we probably had a copy of in my fucking house right next to Gladiator. Like, kill them all, Machine. Just a giant gimp. Like, it's unreal. It's unfucking real. A giant gimp. You've got to see it. Like, you've got to see 8mm. It's so bad. It's brilliant. Like, and then at the end, I can't spoil it. Can I spoil 8mm? It has been out a while. Has been out a while. So I'll just say it. You still got to watch it. Telling you the ending doesn't ruin it. So anyway, Machine's coming after Nick Cage, right? Machine's coming after Nick Cage. Like, full, kill them all. Machine's going to kill them all. And anyway, Nick Cage gets him. He like tricks him somehow and ends up shooting him. And he comes over and he gets the gimp mask, right? And he takes it off.
Like he's Rey Mysterio, like demasked.
And he's there just bleeding, and it's just a bald fat dude. And he goes, "What did you expect? A monster?" Now here's the best bit. It's the actor who played Frank Zabotka in the season 2 of The Wire. So in my mind, he always goes, "What did you expect, Frank Sabotka?" And it was Frank Sabotka, mate. It was 100% Frank Sabotka. So 8mm is fucking banging. And if you lost a fight to Frank Sabotka, aka Machine, I think that's okay. Anyway, back to Somerset. There's no explanation for why he's out there in a gimp suit. I'll read you more of the victim's statement. I'm a victim.
Victim, yeah. I don't know.
The victim in her 20s said the experience had hugely affected her. It would affect me, like, if you're out in public and everywhere you go, gimps are just fucking popping up. You are going to have a word. You are going to have a question about reality and that.
But my question, if he gets close enough for a picture, he must have stopped running at some point, but because he's run up to her and then he stopped. So at that point, but he's not a threat.
What, you think this is like some boyfriend, girlfriend
thing? It's got to be
thing?
free uppercut stigs, but no, but like, I'm putting, that's a citizen's arrest, but surely if you run at me in a gimp suit, that's got to be I'm holding you down till the police come, because there's got to be some questions
How are you holding down a gimp?
If you sprint to someone in a gimp suit, that's citizen's arrest territory, surely, but you can't. You can't.
This is a citizen's arrest.
Exactly.
Get ready to die.
No way, but I got some questions, like.
Yeah, no, there are questions. I'm not saying there aren't questions.
I mean,
I'm
if
talking
it's
about
just
a man
a
in a full
guy,
body
that's
gimp
fine.
suit running around Somerset in the middle of the night. Yeah, there's fucking questions. Yeah, there's questions.
If he went,
anyway.
I just like being a gimp, like, well, don't fucking run at people, you might cunt, that'll be fine. If he, there's probably he's sprinting at people.
It's the thing as well, like, you see, he must have stopped running. Look how blurry that picture is.
Did I even tell you? I saw no Jakey, the guy who does the observing, but he saw a gimp in Cologne, but walking down the street on a leash.
Oh, in Cologne?
Yeah. Just walking down the street, but
for sure.
straight on all hands and knees, just gimping.
Mate, have you been to Cologne? You've been to Cologne?
Oh, yeah.
We went to Cologne.
Yeah, but I seen a gimp before, but it was in like a parade. It wasn't just in the wild, but you know what I mean? These cunts were just no, but it was a pride gimp. A pride gimp. I tried to say pride parade. There's a pride gimp,
man.
but I think it was doing pride because usually Cologne is like the event. So I think I saw him like in a group walking on the street, you know, celebrating. But they were just going to the fucking shop, but just picking up bread, just fucking brewed. Please drive.
Oh, in Cologne, they don't, because it's like I say, I told you about the fucking all the mad sex shops and sex shows and clubs and stuff like that. Like Cologne was pretty twisted as fuck. Like you got the equivalent of Clapham Common out there, just some big park where you just hear people, all sorts of stuff in the middle of the night. That's where Henry nearly got done. And yeah, you see all sorts in Cologne. But anyway, back to Somerset.
Gimping.
Big gimping. Right. The victim in her 20s said the experience had hugely affected her, and she had chosen to speak to the BBC as she was concerned it may happen again. I would never forgive myself.
BBC gonna help? What do you mean? What are they going to do? Protect you from the gimps? To speak to the police, not the BBC. BBC
What do I pay my
help me.
license fee
I'm being chased by a gimp.
What do I pay my license fee for? I'm walking down Somerset, now I'm getting gimped.
I'm getting my lips gimped off, and the BBC just going to stand by and watch me get gimped.
BBC is showing reruns of Only Fools and Horses, and there I am getting gimped. It's unreal, isn't it? Oh, God. I would never forgive myself if this happened to someone else and I hadn't said anything. Describing the events that happened on her evening walk, she said she had her camera app open after spotting something on the side of the street.
Well, that's low survival fucking intake immediately, but if you spot someone fucking eyeing you in a bush, they'll be like, I'll get my camera out. People think camera's an actual defence, mind, but only if you go to court. If they murder you, but it's worthless, but you know what I mean? Definitely run. If you see a gimp in a bush about to charge like a rhino, run, but get out of there to neutral ground.
Run.
Fly, you
So anyway,
fools.
I was walking along. Fly, you fool. I was walking along.
I'm just imagining Gandalf riding a gimp down
I know, like, just a giant gimp there, like, you shall not pass!
You shall not gimp!
Anyway, I was walking along with my torch and looked up to see someone charging at me in a full black rubbery suit and managed to take a picture. He kept coming towards me and was touching his groin, grunting and breathing heavy. These gimps are out of control, mate.
See, that is.
As I tried
wild.
to take a step back, he was right in front of my face and he put his leg forward. I was trying to assess the situation. In my agreement, you're being run down by a gimp. You're being run down by a gimp. Like, what do you mean, assess the situation? Like, what do you mean? Assess what? Like, everything was running through my head. I thought, this is it. I'm going to get attacked. I was looking around thinking, oh my God. The woman who did not wish to be named, remembers, pushing and screaming at the man before he started running backwards. To the main
Like a ballet
Why
dancer.
is he running back? What is wrong with this freak? Running backwards.
And I retreat to the shadows.
I'm out of here. See ya. Fucking hell. Oh, Christ. Anyway, the Somerset police spokesman said, we're aware of concerns relating to a man acting suspicious.
How do you know it's a man?
I was a man. Yeah, exactly. How do you know? Sexist.
Bullshit.
Sex.
Disgusting.
Fucking.
We truly live in a society.
Yeah, we do. Gamers rise up. The pussy pass is struck again. The gimps are being fucking.
You just assume that gimp's gender.
Prejudiced again.
Did you just assume the gimp's gender?
We're aware of concerns relating to a person acting suspiciously. I'm correcting you, officer. In the Claverham Yatton area. While we're keeping an open mind about the motive for these incidents, it's clear the individual responsible is deliberately attempting to cause alarm to the men and women he's approaching. This cop's got it all figured out. Like, yeah, he's in a full-body gimp suit and running at people in the middle of the night. He's trying to cause alarm.
We don't know what he's doing, boys. We don't know what he's doing, and let's not judge him.
While no one has been hurt during the incidents, we fully appreciate the distress these actions have caused the victim.
I would be spewing.
And then we go back to the victim because obviously it's a crime report. So what you always do in crime reporting, just to lift the veil a little bit, you typically, if you take a statement and there's like a really powerful line from the victim, you typically end on that in a crime, in a crime report. Like that's just how they do it in journalism. I've done some local news myself. Anyway, the victim has been left feeling panicked, and this is in quotes, panicked that there's someone watching and I don't want to go out. It's not just a man jumping out at me going boo. Every time I close my eyes, I just see that face.
There's a gimp watching me, and he's wearing PVC. Ooh.
The gimp is watching me. Unbelievable. Like, just imagine fucking every time you close your eyes, gimp. Don't you ever?
Every time you blink, gimp. Gimp.
How did you ever get over that?
Gimp.
Like, oh no, just 40 wings, gimp. 40 gimps. Straight to the brain. There's a gimp. Oh, she living.
Gimp.
Oh.
Gimp.
This is too much, isn't it? Fucking hell, every time I close my eyes, I see that face. That's a nightmare. Like, that is a nightmare. While we're talking about, hang on, because we did talk about Nick Cage, so I've kind of got a segue. I think it's going to be like the only segue of this nonsensical show. Gimp. Sorry, I blinked. Gimp. Haunting me, Sam. It's haunting me. Right, because I was talking about Nick Cage, right? And I did mention The Wicker Man, obviously, because we were talking about Somerset. So anyone who doesn't know, The Wicker Man's a great movie. I think, no, it was the time before last. The time before last, Moses stayed at my place. We got absolutely smashed, and I made him watch The Wicker Man at like 4 a.m. And I was like, if you want to understand British culture, you got to watch The Wicker Man, right? I don't know, mad musical horror film from the fucking 80s or whatever it was. So anyway, he didn't get any of it. he could barely understand half the cunts because they were talking in like a fucking the landlord's daughter. He's going, I don't know what's going on, Rich. I'm like, just keep watching it. The end is banging. You know, so I love The Wicker Man. It's fucking great. And one of the biggest cinematic travesties that's ever occurred is that they remade The Wicker Man. To this day, I do not understand why you would do that. It's such a unique movie, and it's so of its time, and it's so iconic with performances and as I said, it's really crazy because it's a horror film that isn't a horror movie. It's a musical that isn't a musical. It's a crazy film. It's like it's one of those films that's so unique. It just should be off the table for remakes. But I've said that about lots of movies. And why are you remaking RoboCop? Like, you ever gonna fucking touch the original?
Yeah,
it's mental, isn't it?
Also, come up with some new shit, but like fucking
just have a think.
Boring, but...
Yeah, just have a think. See what you might go for the remakes later. But anyway.
Speaking of cats,
no, we're not segueing into cats. No. So anyway, they remade The Wicker Man, and people probably have seen it. It's an old meme, but you can go watch all the best bits of The Wicker Man on YouTube. It's ridiculous. It's because how they make it worse to this degree, I don't know. But it's Nick Cage running around, left hooking women. It's unbelievable because they have this bee motif that wasn't in the first movie. Like, it's like a hive, right? So again, being a former beekeeper, apiarist. They are matriarchal.
You Daphne.
they are an ape purist. They don't believe in animals. All right, Steve.
I know I was gonna say I'm shit jokes. Where are you from?
Anyway, so they are my matriarchal society. You have a queen, but all of them workers, they're all women. And then in about a hive of 50,000, 60,000, you'll have about 400, 500 drones. And one drone has sex with the queen once when she needs to be fertilized to make more eggs. And then they kick them all out to die. That's how it works. That's how it works. So they decided to take the motif of bees and bee society and put it into The Wicker Man. So all of the cult, because it's about a cult, is females doing insidious things. So everyone Nick Cage has to have a fight with is a woman. So he's
left, right.
No, it's ridiculous. He's running past women. I think there's one scene where he's in like a bear suit because I'm not even fucking around.
You can't beat up a woman in a bear
I'm being
suit,
legit. I am being legit.
Reasons.
Mate, I bet this movie is Chris Morgan's favourite film. Like, he's watching it every day.
Straight wanking over it.
So anyway, he's fucking because they have this big animal thing at the start because it's about sacrifice, so they all dress up as animals and they're all walking along in like a parade, because they have to make a sacrifice to the fertility god because they're all pagans, right? And so Nick Cage wears like a fucking bear suit. And then he's walking past one of the women, right, who's on guard, and he just takes his bear mask off and just clotheslines this broad from nowhere. Like,
Smokey the Bear's starting the fires this time.
Just bang. And it's a ridiculous film. It's so ridiculous. And then, of course, it's got the scene everyone's seen if you've been on the internet. And that is that they get him and they wrote it in earlier that he's allergic to bee stings because of the stupid shit motif they put in there. And I know the writing is appalling. It's like someone just should have checked him. And he's on his knees and they put a thing on him, a funnel on his head, like one of them dogs that's come out the vet, and they just pour bees into his head. And it's terrible CGI. And for some reason, Nick Cage is screaming, not the bees, my eyes, man. It's like, I don't need a running commentary, like, you know what I mean? Also, why are you doing that? Who does that?
If he was a smart man, he'd figure out bees don't sting you if you just chill out. But if he had just made no noise, they would have just chilled there. But if you didn't scream, they would
to be fair, these bees were pretty fucking agitated. I mean, because this idea, No, yeah, this idea that bees won't sting you if you just remain calm is
well,
is a bit of a myth,
they would
actually.
all do it, but like if you go
No,
near
but what-
flailing, they're gonna sting you.
Yeah,
more.
flailing is bad, but the point is they get quite tetchy because they get tired quite easily. If they suspect anything's been around the hive a little bit too long, they start to release pheromones, saying we need to up our aggression levels. And once one bee stings, it puts more pheromones in the air to say like, yo, it's time to fucking go man mode on this motherfucker. So that's what they do, or woman mode as it happens, and they'll sting the ever living shit out of you. It only takes a couple to start popping off, and that's why you have to do a walk off. Generally, when you're down at a beehive, because I used to just do it in a t-shirt because I just got used to getting stung. But you do a walk off because bees have a memory of like up to 3 miles. But if you just start walking slowly away from the hive, they can sense they're getting further and further away from home, and they think, well, this isn't worth risking dying over, because they don't know how much energy they're going to have left to get back, so they'll just start flying off you and go back to the hive. Anyway, beekeeping techniques, a new show with Richard Lewis, right? So Nick Cage in that movie gets killed by bees, right? And gives you a running commentary. I'm not the bees, man.
Who did they do that to in Little Nicky Butt, who was a celebrity? Remember that?
I can't even remember Little Nicky.
Kill someone with bees, but the Charlton though.
Yeah, I can't remember the bees. But anyway, well, all of that stupid segue is because it happened. No, it happened for some cunt. It's like a cartoon. It's like a cartoon. It literally happened for real. Not the bees. It fucking happened to someone. It's mental.
They've actually died.
Right? No.
Oh,
like,
okay.
but just check out this story. So there was a hurricane in Louisiana.
Fucking hell.
Because of course, it's fucking brilliant, isn't it? If the giant, I'm waiting for dust to pop up and goes, well, when a hurricane, I'm just a strong wind. We fucking love it down here. Giant rats.
Not even windy.
Out, they're tiny. They're tiny. Them what do we call it? A nutria.
Yeah.
They're tiny. Them. But anyway, like Louisiana is just like fucking Mad Max. What's going on down in Louisiana? Like people are just hunting rats to live. It's like fucking Fallout, like extreme weather conditions. What is going on in Louisiana? Like just
I'll give you $5 a rat tail.
Yeah, no, it is fucking
is this
straight
a World of
Fallout.
Warcraft quest?
It's straight Fallout. I can't deal with it. Anyway, so this happened to some guy down in fucking Louisiana. This headline. Right, so during the hurricane, a tree fell on a trailer. But it doesn't end there. That's bad enough. Your trailer's been wrecked, right? Like, you live in a trailer in Louisiana, you're selling rats, you're doing all of that, right? And then a tree falls on your trailer, bang. Like, Louisiana's had it bad. Like, all joking aside, Louisiana's been absolutely fucked. Hurricane Katrina's motherfuckers still down there, still waiting for their insurance payouts because insurance companies are fucking scum. And they go, oh, it was an act of God, it was an act of God. I've got act of God insurance, about natural, innit? Like, fucking asshole.
God didn't do that one, though.
Yeah, God didn't do that one. He did all the other things. Everything's an act of God. That means anything that happens, right? Anyway, but this family just got absolutely fucked. So they're in the trailer when the tree falls on it, right? And they're trapped inside. And then what's that noise? Not the bees. Massive tree falls on trailer in Jeanerette. Beehive explodes on family trapped inside. There was a giant beehive in this fucking tree. How unlucky is this? Like, what have you done? Like, how many mirrors have you smashed?
I told you not to walk under all those ladders.
You're trapped in a trailer with a giant beehive. You can't get out, and there's a tree on top of you.
Why do you have to be a mirror destroyer for a living?
The bees. The fucking bees. Oh,
there just weren't enough nutria around anymore. I had to start smashing mirrors to get by.
It's unbelievable. I can't even imagine that. Neighbours and the chief of police described the scene as frantic. Yes. No shit. You're crushed by a tree. You've got angry. They're angry. They don't know that it wasn't you who knocked over their fucking, tree, their home, right? So they're just looking for anyone They're looking for whoever the closest potential culprit is. They've decided it's you. They're stinging you. You're trapped under a tree. You can't get out. You can't swat them and start killing them because that just makes them more and more upset. And woe betide you go anywhere near the brood. You can't even move towards the tree. What, you coming near our eggs? Right.
You want some?
Yeah, stinging in the eyes. So it is a nightmare. So anyway, neighbours in the chief described the scene as frantic as help arrived. The family are reportedly receiving treatment for bee stings.
For fear.
Yeah, and permanent trauma. Like, straight away, you just gotta... We need them memory sticks out of fucking Men in Black. Like, 100% need those memory sticks. Because, yeah, like, just think how much better the world would be. Like, trauma. Right, forget that. Forget that. Just imagine how good it would be. Like, drama.
Jim
you
Carrey
get rid of it. Yeah, you could do it for that chick with the gimp as well.
Eternal Sunshine of the Helpless Mind, whatever the fuck that's called, but Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
Long ass title.
Yeah. What is it? The Spotless. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Wicked movie. One of the best.
It's good.
But yeah, just get rid of that. Just fucking not the bees. Not the bees. Could be worse, Sam. There was reports in Florida that because people have been putting meth in the water supply.
What do you mean? But who's putting it in the fucking water supply? But
right?
But it's not free.
No. Don't worry. This
imagine
story
when
has
they
a
find
happy
out
ending.
you can sell it, but they lose their mind. Fucking hell. Imagine, mate, what does that do to everything in the water? But the alligator's straight tripping. No wonder people get that eaten in fucking Florida.
You've already caught it, mate. You've already caught where it goes. So there was literally reports coming through.
Nah, but
that. Sorry, it wasn't Florida. Sorry, it was Tennessee. My bad.
Right.
And that there were stories coming up that in Tennessee there were alligators that were fueled up on meth, just going at people.
That's so mental, boy. How do they do it, but?
And there was loads of stories that were going viral on it. There was like Facebook posts and all that. So the people who like run this town in Tennessee have had to put out a statement saying, that listen, there aren't any methed up gators. There aren't. Don't worry. There's just gators. But they're not on meth, right? They're not on our gators have been cleaned up. They've been sent to rehab. Yeah, it was all nonsense. It was fake news. But people were getting super fucking para because obviously you would.
I'm not convinced it's fake news, but if you put a fucking crocodile in fucking water full of meth, it must do something. I'm not buying it does nothing. You gotta tell me it does something. Unless they're saying it's so watered down, which would make sense. But if you put a load of meth in, I reckon it'd trip them right up.
Does flushing drugs down a toilet create freakish, super aggressive, methed up alligators? Mate, the news is off the fucking chain. Like, what is going on this month on planet Earth? Like, can the aliens come? Can they just come now? Like, humanity's done. Like, the experiment's failed. Does flushing drugs down a toilet create freakish, super aggressive, methed up alligators? Probably not. Biology. I want a bit more certainty. I do want a bit more certainty than that. Like, probably not. Like, we haven't seen any. We haven't seen any with a pipe in his mouth. Yeah, exactly. We haven't seen any alligators being arrested by police saying that they were just doing it because they had an exam the next day.
And his teeth are falling out.
We haven't seen any alligators blowing blue smoke up each other's ring pieces in the middle of the night. You got a friend.
Yeah, imagine that. Actually, now you mention it, did you fucking alligators singing songs underneath a bridge? Something about Song Story.
This is so bad. This whole show's garbage, isn't it? Anyway. Probably not, biologists say, but that hasn't stopped one small town Tennessee police force from having a laugh at their Facebook warning, and it went viral. So basically, right, folks, please stop flushing your drugs, okay? It adds, and then it says, sewer guys are not really prepared for cleaning up meth, and that the drug could create meth gators.
Oh my god.
And people saw it and spread it and believed it. So you know, I wanted a bit of good news. You know, that we don't think that there are any meth gators in this small Tennessee town. But what I will
there's
say
an
is
update to attack squirrel in this as well. Didn't we cover the attack squirrel who's apparently
yeah,
on
we
meth?
did cover the attack squirrel. I think it was just saying that that they've been followed. They were just joking about it because they said they followed the story.
Yeah, he
and
said,
saying that you've got to be
promise
careful.
that
Like,
my pet is not on meth. So
yeah.
the police said there was no safe way to test the squirrel for meth. No safe way. Well, you got to cut
Piss
it
in this
open.
jar, eh?
Yeah, and
Piss in this jar.
Surely you can squeeze a squirrel's piss
Mate.
out eventually.
Just check this out as well, right? It's got nothing to do with anything, but this is just egregious. Go down. You see that bit where if video Florida home finds reptile intruder?
Yeah.
Right. You see it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Like, look at it.
There's blood everywhere as well.
In my house?
77!
I know. We got motherfuckers in the UK can't fucking deal with seagulls. Exactly. Floridians are living like this.
Oh, he's bleeding from going through as well, but... He's grabbed it right around the neck.
It's red wine, it's not.
Oh, okay. White, okay, makes sense.
Just look at it, like. Here's the thing. I've got nothing against alligators, crocodiles. You know, it's not their fault they're still, like, just proto beings from, like, the dinosaur age. Like, it's not their fault. Like, they've got brains that are so fucking tiny. They're just constantly on edge and just hungry now, kill things. Meh, you know what I mean? Like, they just fucking can't help it.
I have to
But, like,
timestamp that music as well. Hang on. My bad to interrupt. I just fucking thought they always wreck us on that shitty little elevator music, but... Right.
But like, if that happens, if you're in my gaff, I'm not fucking pushing you out with a broom. It's fucking do or die now, like.
It's easier to push him out with a broom, I think. How do you win a fight against a fucking crocodile, but? I ain't got the tools, but. I ain't got the fucking tools.
Well, I think what you have to do is you have to get on their back, because then they can't see you.
Who am I, but Steve Irwin's son? You think
I'll
we're
give it
gonna
a bash.
No, you would not, but if you woke up 3 a.m. in the morning, went in the kitchen, you saw a crocodile in the office, like, give it a ride. See, I can do this first time.
I've got to find, where's the fucking... Have you ever seen that video of the fucking old men on the golf course and they're trying to get rid of the fucking... They try and get rid of this alligator and it just straight wrecks them, like.
Oh, no.
It's old school, mate. It's old school internet. I think... Hang on, I found it. Yeah, I've, like... Check this video out, mate. You can tell it's old school. It's in 4x3, like. But this is what you... This guy's got the right idea. He's just piss weak and he doesn't commit. Do you know what I mean? Right, let me know when you want to go on this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, Jody, you want to remove the badge and other stuff?
What's he doing? This guy's destined for death, but trying to fucking put a jacket on him, but what? Mad cunt, but. Hello, but.
No, that's what you do. Because now it thinks it's night. It doesn't know what's going on.
Piss. A 13-year-old kid with a skateboard could fucking outpower him. He's riding a crocodile, but.
Yeah, but it things. It was in this moment. It was no. There's no.
Sand. He's what? I wasn't fighting him, but run, any man. Help him, boy.
Help him. You're on your own, son.
No, but I come in with I'd come boot him in the head minimum.
You're straight on your own in that situation, Sam.
You got to jump on him once you're there, but you got to go whang straight in. He had his hand as well. I was lucky he didn't death roll him, but.
Oh, yeah, they only death roll him in the water. They don't do it on land.
He could do it, but
yeah, you know, he had the right idea. So what I'm saying is, if it was me, I'd get me caught on it.
You do that, but why don't you just leave him alone, bud? You can take over the house for the boy, but.
Mate, they're trying to play golf. You ever trying to play golf when there's a fucking alligator in your way?
There must be
your
someone
ball's there and he's going. You're just being an arsehole.
Take you
This is the point.
smash
Because
him
they're
up, then.
dinosaurs.
One of the other.
Fucking
you either call in a specialist who has mounted his back many a time, or go armed with a golf club and fucking fight to the death. But I can't. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a trained professional. But look, I'd end up being like him. But I'd be scared as fuck, and I'd touch him, and he'd death roll me. But no water.
See, people think they're smart. Look, see, Lightbearer in the chat. He says there's a video of a gator death rolling another gator's arm during feeding time. That's not a death roll.
Oh, no,
what they do is because if they can't get enough torque to rip off meat, because of how their jaws work, all the force is in this, right? It's actually true. If you take one of them industrial elastic bands they use on Amazon packages and put it over its snout, they can't open their mouth. This is legit. This is real. This isn't like dogs can't look up. This is a real thing. So all the force is in that. So when it comes to like tearing off bits, they use their body. They go into a full thing to pull the meat off, right? That's not a death roll. Death roll is where you're in the water and they get you, and because they don't want to have to like bite you and chew you up and waste all their energy because they might not have eaten for a bit, they just take you in the water, they wrap you up, they don't let go, and they keep spinning you under the water so you drown. That's the death roll. So just saying.
There you go.
Right? Yeah, there you go. You want your fucking alligator and crocodile facts, you're in the right fucking place. So just letting you know. It's all right, Lightbearer. Just teaching you stuff because you need to know this. This is where some smart cunt who's watching this on YouTube is going to have like a comment. Actually, there were a lot of myths. First of all, the elastic band myth was dispelled on episode 5 of season 6 of Mythbusters. Fuck off. I heard it in a pub. It's true. I'm sticking with it. Life lessons. Right, anyway. So don't worry, there's no methed up gators. I've got a problem here, Sam, because I need to do a story here that's ridiculous, but it's on the sun. And when I brought it up,
sun.
I know, well, obviously, fuck the sun. But when I brought it up, right, there was just loads of other stories on the side, and just everyone was naked in the story, like just the boobs.
Right, it's all good. Send it over.
So I'm just prepping you. So I'll send it to you, right? And I'll start setting it up, and you tell me if it's just page 3. And
that's just hang on.
That's just it. Oh, hang on.
It's just a picture. Yeah, copy their own link.
So anyway, far be it from me to suggest that some people are just wild, right? But have you ever noticed how many people who are just wild, like when it comes to just like drunken debauchery, you ever noticed how many of them are Russian?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever I hear a story about like, man sits in sauna to win bet, burnt to crisp. It's always, you know what I mean? He's a Russian guy. You know immediately it's a Russian guy. Or world record. Man drinks 10 bottles of vodka. Needs George Best operation. Like Russia.
New Georgie 2 lives.
Man wins punch up with bear. Russia. Like, it's always the craziest shit you hear on the internet generally has a tendency to fucking emanate from Russia. And let me tell you, I never think it's been summed up better than that episode of The Sopranos, where they have to they end up gonna whack that fucking guy over like owing him some money, and it turned out he was ex-KGB.
Yeah.
So Paulie and Chris fucking Maltasanti are trying to run down this guy in the fucking woods. Yeah, after he's been shot in the head and he's still alive, and they can't get him because he's just a fucking massive hard Russian. Like one of the funniest episodes in The Sopranos. Incredibly a comic relief episode, actually. But anyway, whenever I'm putting the stories together for the show, the amount of stuff I see from Russia, and then of course, the rest of Europe and America, we're like, fucking hell, these Russians are crazy. And then you get Siberian news, and the Russians are like, bleh, those Siberians are crazy. Like, fucking hell, how's Siberia rolling? Like, it's mental up there. But anyway, this story, I just can't believe it, because it's like, it shows just sort of a disconnect from reality I don't think I've ever seen before. This is a story about a party in St. Petersburg and a guy was having sex with a woman on a balcony, right? And they were getting a bit carried away, so they fell off the balcony, both of them, and they fell 120 feet. Now, for those of you who don't know about height, that's pretty high. That's pretty high. He was on top of her while they were doing it. They fall out. She dies instantly.
Oh, so she's tanked it, but...
Yeah, she tanked it. He lives with minor injuries. And then he's so wrecked out of his mind, he walks back up the stairs and just goes back to the party he was in.
Then well, that's one section on the balcony, like.
Like, listen to this. A woman died after plummeting from a 9th floor window during sex, but her partner survived when she broke his fall. The tragic woman is said to have cushioned the man's impact when they landed together on wet ground outside the block of flats in St. Petersburg, Russia. Eyewitnesses told police they then saw him staggering back upstairs naked to rejoin his friends at a party in the building. And it was only when the police turned up, he was like, yeah, but better tell somebody about this.
Fucking hell.
And the police turned up and said, did you throw that woman out the window? And he goes, no, funny story. But yeah, we were having sex. We both fell out. She's dead, but I'm all right. So I thought I better go get a few more fucking drinks in.
Not wrong
Is
with
he
me.
fucking... How's he living? Like... Maybe you're in shock. I don't know. Like, but what? I'm fucking lost for words, Sam. I'm lost for words. He just went back to the party.
Different kind of dedication, but
Lads. Like, you can't. No, the only other person that I do something like this is Grossgore.
let's.
We'll timestamp that. Oh, God. It's mental. What a crazy fucking story. I can't believe it. While I was looking up that story as well, just to let you know how bad the Sun has got, right? When it comes to reporting stories. Because first of all, I don't know why this is newsworthy. It's a ridiculous story, but I don't know why it's newsworthy to the general British public. Like, the Sun are there. All right, well, what's going on? What's going on today in the world?
Get that written.
Yeah, you seen all this. You seen all this tension with Iran, and you know, people are popping each other's drones, and that we might be having a war. You'll never guess what happened in Russia. Oh, Putin kicking off, is he? Nah, this lad, right? He's having sex. They fall out, 120 feet. Woman's dead. He goes back for more vodka. Front page, get it up. Get it on. The Sun is so bereft of any value as a news publication. It's absolutely unbelievable. And I think this story typifies it. Now, if you follow football, you'll probably be familiar with Alex Ferguson, right? Alex Ferguson, the greatest manager that's ever been in British football. Obviously, retired, and it's been downhill for Manchester United ever since. And he was known for a few things, Fergie. He was known for being a cunt.
Aye.
No doubt. He was known for basically bullying refs to get favourable decisions. I think that's a fair comment.
Aye.
You know, you still have to win games, but they definitely got their fair share. He was also known, people used to say he looked like Taggart.
Yeah, a bit.
You remember the TV detective from Scotland? I don't know about that, mate. I'm trying to get a side, but hang on, maybe like, yeah, I put these side by side. Actually, it was legit. Like in my mind, I just didn't think that it was, but it is. Like, hang on, I've got two pictures here. Let me just get this. Yep. So here's Taggart. I'll need to tell you who they are. Right? Here's Taggart, right? And then this is Fergie. So you could imagine that basically one became the other, you know, like before and after every night on the lash with me and you. Like, There is some similarities there. That's Taggart, right? That's Fergie. So, anyway, that's what he was. That's what he was. One of the things he was known for. But another thing he was known for was having a drink, because he's a Scotsman. And obviously, they do like a drink. Now, he became teetotal because he had a few years ago he had a brain hemorrhage, because he's old. He's like 77 now. Body's starting to fucking break down like they do. He's not going to make it to 90 drinking paint. Let's put it that way. But so I don't understand this story. I'm still trying to think of the angle that the son were going with.
Fucking outrageous, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, be careful in case any of the adverts on the side. I know, because I'm looking at air rage woman and there's just boobs. So, but yeah, they did a story, right, where Manchester United legend Sir Alex Ferguson pushes trolley load of water bottles during shopping trip. Right? Sir Alex Ferguson finds another way to wet his whistle after calling Fergie time on booze. Water. What's the story?
Why have they made him in the cheek go as well? What do you mean it's Fergie time? What's up? It's Fergie time.
No, Fergie time was always when, there was 6 minutes of added on time from nowhere.
It's not like it's his catchphrase, but fucking hell,
So the story is here, right? 77-year-old human being drinks water. That's the story, like.
In Ballamore.
77-year-old man seen drinking water. He's not even drinking it, actually. They don't know. Maybe he's just buying it, throw people off the scent, and then he goes home, hands another bottle of whiskey. Right, well. Tell you what, it's a lovely drop. This is worth another brain hemorrhage. Fucking see you on the other side, boys. He's partying with the Russians, isn't he? He's fucking ridiculous. Like, why?
Who cares?
Man seen buying water. Like, I'm aghast. Like,
imagination.
You know what it is, right? Basically, some cunt who's an aspiring paparazzo. That's the singular for paparazzi. Saw Alex Ferguson having a shop, just took a fucking unsolicited picture of him, and then shopped it around to all the usual
Whoever
places.
the fuck would buy
it.
Exactly.
Calls up the Daily Star, the fucking Sunday Sport, the fucking Sun, the Mirror. Got a picture of Fergie. Oh, what's he doing in it? Buying water. Now, most people are going to be like, yeah, I'm just not seeing. He's buying bottled water. He's not just buying any. He's buying 2 types. He's got Evian and Highland Spring. What do you need 2 types for? It all tastes the same. He's out of control. Yeah, I'm not really feeling
he's wasted his money.
Lads, look at all the water. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it, like. But the son went, he's what? He's doing what?
Hold the presses.
Fucking hell. We were going to run a story about a grooming gang.
We got to get this in.
That.
We got 20 minutes till the print. Get it in now.
Unbelievable. So, as always, fuck the sun. Not literally burn your dick off, but obviously the newspaper. I did have some marathon news. There was news about. So here's some of the stories I've got here. We have marathon. There was all sorts going on in the world of marathon running. There's a couple of stories in straw news. You know, straws.
Like straws, yeah. I'm so sick of fucking paper straws, but it better be good news about them fucking going away forever.
No, but here's the thing, Sam. All right, then we'll get into fucking straw news. 2 things happening in the world of straws. Right? This'll make you think, because I'll tell you one thing. Paper straws. They definitely have their benefits, mate. Because look at this story in the New York Times. Right? You know them reusable metal straws?
Yeah.
Right. Fatal accident with metal straw.
If this straw's made out of lead, all I'm going to say is, you're bad. All I'm going to say is if you bought the straw that's made out of lead and you've been slurping, you're bad.
Right? Fatal accident with metal straw highlights a risk. Yeah, risk of death from having anything put into your head. The disturbing death of a woman in Britain renewed a debate that has followed bans on plastic straws around the world. A British woman was impaled by a metal straw after falling at her home.
I thought it would have been made out of bad metal or something. She just sucked. Mate, that's mental. No,
you thought you, mate, you thought you were getting lead poisoning from me. You thought I was going to drop a little bit of lead poisoning on you.
She's been straight fucking Final Destination though, but she must have been waiting to die. How do you die from that?
A British woman was impaled by a metal straw after falling at her home, a coroner said in an inquest this week that highlighted the potential dangers of metal straw.
I mean, I wouldn't take that far. We highlight the potential danger of people falling on sharp things is what we fucking
Sure. Falling on sharp things.
Could have been a knife and it would have been worse.
I'm telling right, but now we've got to have a debate. We've got to have a debate about straws, right? Right. The woman, Eleanor Struthers Gardner, 60. It gets tragic now. Who had a disability, fell and sustained a traumatic brain injury in November when the 10-inch straw pierced her eye, according to the coroner's report. As a consequence of the fall, a stainless steel straw that was in a glass Kilner-style cup Mrs. Struthers Gardner was carrying penetrated her left eye.
Yeah, that's so fucking horrible, but us up we were like being burnt live. Holy shit. Something going through
that's
your
like
eye.
how that cunt gets, you know, the fat cunt, the security guard in Terminator 2 who gets wink.
That's fucking dreadful, but
tell me about it. There you are.
I thought you were sick of
I said if it was straws now, mate. You try pierce your eye with a paper straw now.
What else didn't either, but fucking plastic either, but so let's go back. Fuck the turtles, but until you find out a better way. Until you find out a way that I can drink from a fucking cup with a paper straw and it doesn't dissolve, but I'm just drinking paper, which doesn't work. Sorry, but we're gonna have to have the turtles tanking them. I don't know what else to tell you. Or you start collecting new straws. But I never throw a straw away, but. So if they get into the turtles' noses, you're putting them there, but I ain't up there.
You can't say fuck the turtles. Listen.
No, but I ain't doing it, but people blaming me for killing turtles. I've never stuck a fucking straw in a turtle's nose or on the floor.
No, but you put it in the bin, and then the bin goes to the landfill, and then it doesn't really go to the landfill, it goes in the sea.
Well, someone have a word, but I ain't doing nothing, but someone have a word. I'll keep my own bin full of straws, but I bought 200 straws downstairs, I got my own.
So what you're saying is, you'll go out in your garden now, dig a landfill,
yeah, easy, but
keep your straws in it.
Mate, how many straws do you think I go through in a lifetime? I could keep them by my desk, cut them up, put them in a little Tupperware container. I could have all the straws I've ever used in one box, but I ain't killing the turtles, but it's the fucking dullos who's throwing in the ocean. Give me my fucking plastic straws.
Well,
fucking losers.
Bin,
I ain't doing nothing. Don't blame me, but I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm following rules, but you told me to put it in the bin. I put it in the bin.
Don't flame.
Tell me how to save the turtles, I'll do it. As long as it involves me not getting paper in my lips. Then we can talk.
I mean, it isn't nice, like paper straws are.
Shit, but they're just so bad.
What's the fascination with straws anyway?
It's just it's usually whenever you order food. That's the only time it affects my life. Is if you go like McDonald's or something or fucking KFC, and then you get the shitty paper ones.
I'm just trying to figure it out, like, because I've never really understood the fascination, really.
Yeah, now whenever I go to McDonald's, I just take the lid off and I just drink it, but fuck the straw. So to be fair, it hasn't ruined my life that much. To be fair,
like, are we that?
Fuck the straw.
Like, I understand it if for some reason it was in a container that you just try to put it on your lips and it spills out the sides. The only way to get it, the sweet, sweet nectar inside, was with a straw. Like, so you're having to pretend
like if it was a Capri Sun, like.
Yeah, or
like
a
Capri
Sun.
Sun started coming paper straws.
Even then, you know what we used to do with Capri Suns when I were a lad?
Stab them and squeeze them.
Yeah, the old squirt of Rooney.
Yeah.
Like. They used to do it all the time. Anyway.
Why are you practicing hand jobs and Capri Sun? No, but how creepy is that image? You're squeezing a Capri Sun with both hands, squirting, looking like
That's a gift.
Squirting juice in your mouth. Getting that sweet, sweet nectar, bro.
Just saying.
Coming for that pussy coom.
It was that how you freeze them and you bite through and then you...
Bite through?
Yeah.
How do you bite through the foil and the metal and everything?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, but you
Kids
raised by
do that when I was at school.
family.
No, we were just straight savages.
I was gonna say, I got the teeth.
Can't believe you never had a bite of a frozen Capri Sun,
no,
pussy.
I don't.
Your generation's weak. Your generation's weak. Me, we're out there.
I just
eating metal.
Tip tops, but they were good. Designed for it almost.
Yeah, almost.
Made for the job.
A tip top, a dip dab. Everything was called shit like that back in the day. Wasn't it? Anyway, but here's the other thing, right? Because obviously, right, we all know that like plastic straws are wrecking the turtles. You even know that, right? And you don't follow news, right? Yeah, you've heard on the grapevine.
Yeah.
Why have I got this shitty paper straw? Haven't you heard about the turtles, Sam? Haven't you heard about the turtles? But anyway, obviously this is the only Trump reference, I promise, this episode of the show. But in an era, right, where everything must be blamed on Trump, where everything has to be blamed on Donald Trump, it's the only way to make people click on a fucking, on a website, on an article. You just got to throw Trump in there. You just have to, right? And then the press, journalists are always asking to be taken seriously. They're always like, we are the most serious people out here. We're the fourth estate. We're going to save you from a tyranny. Democracy dies in darkness. Worship us. And they're all fucking idiots and liars and weak, right? They're the ones that are like, we reserve the right to dox private citizens if they hold political opinions we don't like. Just don't tell us to learn how to code or we'll get you banned off Twitter. That is the state of the modern journalist. I'm ashamed to be one. But anyway, how can we make this fucking plastic straw stuff about Trump? Whoo! The Washington Post found a way. The Washington Post found a way. The Washington Post did a story here. This is just like yesterday. I couldn't believe it when it came past. Analysis. Someday, a turtle may end up with a Trump-branded straw in its nose. Here's why. Now, check out the ratio on this motherfucker. It's got there's so many people straight replying and stuff. So, even the plastic straws killing the turtles is Trump's fault. And what they did is, this is the story and how it worked, just in case you get ad blocked. Yeah, because it's the Washington Post and we do use it quite often as a source of comedy.
Hello?
He's brought up something.
Made you think the show's over?
Yep, see you, we're out. And Trump, goodbye, peace. We've done the same thing the journalists did. Right. Anyway, so this guy, Eli Rosenberg, who writes, negative stories about Trump for fun, they found that somebody had made plastic straws that said, I stand with President Trump, re-elect Trump, and liberal paper straws don't work. And they're charging $15 for 10 of them. Right? And because he found that, and again, I'm old-fashioned. I think there's probably bigger stuff going on in the world. I mean, maybe, I'm fucking out of my mind, right? Again, we are on the precipice. We're having preemptory fucking dick-waving contests with Iran.
Oh, mate, I know. I can't believe that shit's just being talked about like it's a goof, but why are we just... How is war just still a thing, but how are we going to go to war to Iran and everyone's just fucking not asked?
Yeah, we're just blowing each other's drones up just to put the feelers out. We got Trump in the media saying oh yeah, I didn't want to kill all them people because I realized that killing people was bad and not proportionate. And then you've got Iran, they do a follow-up going, President Trump is retarded. Brilliant. This is what is this? Fucking this is, say what you will about the Bush era. Bush was a fucking moron too, but there was still a certain nuance to global politics. I have never seen another world leader call another world leader retarded, actually using the word word retarded until now. And it's Iran, one of the West's mortal enemies for some reason. Well, I know the reason. We haven't got time for that now. We're talking about turtles. I like turtles. Old school memes. Bringing them back.
Turtles.
But anyway, so because he saw that there was these plastic straws that were criticizing liberal paper straws. See, you didn't realize, Sam, by criticizing paper straws, you're in the alt-right now.
Sound.
Welcome to the alt-right.
Well, hang on,
but I just don't like paper straws.
Liberal
I just don't like
straws?
paper straws. You're in the alt-right. I took off to the fucking
What
gulag.
makes paper straws liberal?
I'll dispose of my own straw.
I use my own.
You heard him. You heard him. The Nazi. You heard him. Talking about plastic straws. So anyway, because these people were like, listen, we want to fucking just have some straws for Trump, and we're making them plastic because for whatever reason the paper the paper straw insistence was a silly thing, and it became like let's do more to fucking help out the environment, please. And it, if you have a bit of paper on your lips, I'll live with it. I'm all about saving the turtles and the environment, and if I get paper on my lips to do it, I'll take the hit. Honestly, Sam, I'm not like you. Right? I'm willing to get paper on my lips. Why mint green lips?
That's why we've got paper straws, because you won't take a stand.
Exactly, you won't take a stand against the liberal.
Well, come for the plastic straws. I did nothing.
So anyway, because they found these straws, so first of all, he goes, forget how, I'll just read it to you. It's nonsense. This is journalism. This is the Washington Post. This is the paper that broke the Watergate scandal. This is the paper, historically, that broke the Watergate scandal, prompted a movie, All the King's Men, that made a generation of people want to be journalists. And then the generation after that are doing this. We needed more journalism movies, really, I think. Forget how you feel about the straw ban coursing through the country, about the seas filling up with plastic, the record temperatures being set around the globe, maybe even Trump's comments this week about 4 minority congressmen. So we're in immediately. Like Eli didn't get assigned that story, but he will certainly be bringing it up.
Eli.
There is one thing we can all agree on. Paying $15 for 10 plastic straws is outrageous. And that was the price the re-election campaign for President Trump was charging for a pack of straws branded with his name as a way to stoke anger about the measures and raise a little cash at the same time. So it then goes on to talk about how the straws, because they're plastic, are breaking environment laws. And therefore, if they get disposed improperly, they could end up, in a turtle's head.
Why is it? How often does this happen? But I've seen one video of a turtle with a fucking straw in its nose. I don't believe it happens all that often. I understand them eating them, get that, but they keep trying to say it gets stuck in their face constantly. That's a fucking pretty good shot, but to get it right in the turtle's nostril. I can
imagine it happening with them ring pulls.
Like yeah, all the time. Yeah, getting on dolphins' face. Yeah. But these straws, but you can't convince me they're just going straight in nostrils constantly, but.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
More people are eating
I did see that video of them pulling a straw out of the turtle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've seen that one video. Yeah. But outside
and it's not enjoying it, like.
Nah, it's not good. Like.
It's bleeding and it's squatting.
He'd rather you left it in. It's fine. That's what he was saying. It's fine. It's fine. I use it for sniffing beak, man. Leave it alone.
Exactly. It's my fucking beak straw, you had can't get wrecked with it. Anyway, so it says here. Trump was asked Friday about the straw ban as news of his campaign straws began to circulate, and he said, "I do think," this is Trump just rocking up at the end of the story and just killing it. It's not much longer now, not much longer. "I do think we have bigger problems than plastic straws," he said. "You have a little straw, but what about the plates?" This is real. This isn't satire. This isn't satire. This isn't satire. This is an actual quote from President of the US, Donald Trump. I'll get through to the end. "I do think we have bigger problems than plastic straws," he said. You have a little straw, but what about the plates, the wrappers, and everything else that are much bigger, and they're made of the same material? I don't know.
A turtle could get a plate stuck in his nostril, but imagine what I would do then.
Full lipping. Fucking hell, he got an underbite now. Can't close my fucking mouth.
He's got a plate stuck in his mouth.
Why has he said that? Why has he said it? I just don't get it. Like, how is he?
Spare it, he's got a plate stuck in his nose, spare it.
Wait, how is he dropping that though? President Trump about this straw ban and how it impacts on the environment. Well, I do think we have bigger problems than plastic straws.
That's not even the biggest plastic thing in the world.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're like, oh, he's going to say war in Iran. What about the plates? Like, fuck me. You can't be real. Still don't regret saying I'd rather have him over Hillary. Hillary's evil.
Everyone would have been a war by now.
Hillary is evil. Trump's a moron and borderline evil. Fucking hell. The state of this world. Right. So that was straw news.
Straw.
Join us next week for more straw news. Shit, where am I going here? Like, oh, there's some really good ones. There is some really good ones. I've got to show you some videos at the end. We'll end on a video. So what's the last story I'm going to do? Actually, by the way, I'll segue into this and we'll just breeze past it super quick, right? Because I did a video breaking down the Democratic debates, right? And I think Joe Biden's done. People are still telling me he's going to get the nomination. I think the longer this fucking build up to this election goes, they're just going to keep chipping away at him. They're already hitting him with the bus and stuff, and, you know, whatever. But like, again, you have to, right. Is this opinion controversial, Sam? I think there should be an age limit at which you can be in government. I'd make it about 65.
Yeah.
I'd make it about 65. I don't want any risk of senility, because even if you're not senile, even if you don't have dementia, even if you're sharp
just the higher chance of dying is bad. Like at any point, if the president dies,
you've got to deal
with
time,
shit.
Right? Like, to me, a lot of people, when I did this breakdown on a video, were like saying, "Oh, you're being ageist there, and why shouldn't all people be able to participate in our democracy?"
Well,
they can. It's
they
called
make
voting.
them retire at 65 as well. But...
You know, yeah, but but here's the thing: you can't be a judge past 72. But there's no age limit. I mean, I'd take 72
at least
at
put
this
it the
case.
same, yeah.
Because it would immediately have dismissed Trump 73, so he'd have to stand down. Biden is fucking 76 or something. Oh no, he's 75 and Sanders is 76.
He's
so
75.
The other way around.
He must be on them good stem cells, but like, how do people look?
Nobody's not.
Oh yeah, actually no, I remember seeing.
Because when you listen to the cunt talk, put it this way: one of Bernie Sanders' own fucking advisors on CNN said Bernie Sanders might as well have been a hologram in that debate. And do you know what? Fucking give me the hologram. I'll take it. I'm ready for holographic politicians, actually, where everything they say is created by a think tank. I'd prefer that to some fucking 76-year-old man who, like, he's just having a snooze, like, we've got to fight Big Pharma. He said that, Bernie. The question's about something else, about tax reform. Well, we've got to fight Big Pharma and the corporations, and we need a minimum wage. You've said the same thing over and over again. The questions aren't even about that. Right? And then Joe Biden... He lost his mind. He lost his mind. In that debate, Sam, it was so fucking cringeworthy. The question was, what's the first thing you would do as president of the US? So obviously you've won.
I'm going to Disneyland.
And no.
That would be the better answer. People like that.
No, that would be too bad. I'm going to go to Disneyland. I'm going to drink half a tub of green paint. He goes, so everyone else is talking about, we're going to do this. Comes to Biden, and Biden goes, I would defeat Trump.
Defeat?
Like, you've defeated him in the theoretical question. You're in the White House, you mad cunt. So imagine being that fucking, he's gone batty, hasn't he? Not Caribbean style. I mean, he's gone batty, hasn't he? He's gone batty, Annie, right? And it's like, fucking hell. And I saw this story, and it's just getting worse, mate. Because I remember when towards the end, when my granddad started to lose a little bit, and he became a little bit childish. At one time, he had this like just argument with my nan, she was a right battle axe, like she was a fucking bitch, like she was an absolute bitch. She was such a bitch towards the end. She was like I say, cancer couldn't even kill my fucking nan. Like straight up, she got like throat cancer in like the 60s or 70s or whatever it was. You know, just when it straight killed people. Oh, throat cancer, you're dead. She managed to find some fucking Egyptian doctor who was just doing pioneering surgery on cancer. But nobody would he wasn't famous or anything because he was Egyptian. Britain was just racist as fuck. She went to this Egyptian doctor. He just said, "We chop all of this out. You won't have your voice box anymore, but you'll live." And she just lived for like, I don't know, 40 fucking years.
He took her box away, like.
Yeah, he took
a
box.
But it
a voice
cost her
box was gone. Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, fair fucks.
Like,
give me that. Yeah, you know, because I remember, because I could understand her without it. Like,
what's
so
the groans like?
No, like, you know, popping noises like. I could understand everything she was saying because it was just like lip reading. I can do that for some reason. Don't know why. But my cousins and all that couldn't fucking
figure
it.
Out, yeah.
So she tried a voice box out for a while.
Oh,
you know,
no,
and trust me again, in the 80s, guys, them voice boxes. Hello, it's your grandma. Fucking hell. My cousins were so fucking scared of that shit. Like the first time she bust out the voice box, like my cousin started like crying. Like, because she sounded like a fucking Dalek.
Yeah.
Come to Nana. Come to Nana. Like, fucking hell, no. No, Nana. So anyway, why am I even fucking jabbering about it? Yeah, my granddad, he just got petulant. He just started acting like a kid. So he used to take things with dignity, you know, in his 60s and that, you know, like if something didn't go his way or something bad happened, he'd just sort of, you know, have a cob on about it and just get on with it, you know. If you made a mess of his table after he fucking hated that. If you ever put a drink down without a coaster in his fucking bungalow, you were fucking getting tanned. Like, you were getting a belt around the head. Like, boom, fuck off.
Fucking mark our table.
At about 5, he would wipe down them tables, and they'd be fucking shiny as fuck. You could see them from a fucking plane. They were that shiny. Like, pilot would be like, fucking hell, what's that? It's my granddad's table, mate. He fucking would buff that cunt. Like, no one's business. At about 5 o'clock, and then it was coasters only. War fucking betide you put a drink down after he polished it, right? But if you ever did it, he just, what you done that for? And then you just fucking, you know, you just have a strop, and then we put on the horse racing, or we talk about the war, or we, you know, whatever. And it'd be good. But anyway, when he hit his 70s and his late 60s, when stuff didn't go his way, he'd have an actual tantrum, like a child. Like, I remember one time he had an argument with my nan. I can't remember what the fuck it was. They were planning where to go on their holidays. And obviously they're old and fucked up, you know. She liked Blackpool.
I want to go Tenby.
Yeah, she liked Blackpool. He was sick of Blackpool.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I like Blackpool and I'll win. And so I remember he had this shelf with all his VHS tapes on that he'd meticulously re-record over, and he'd occasionally keep things that he wanted to see again, like Abbott and Costello movies or whatever. And he just went, well, I guess we're going, and he stopped swearing. Right? And he went, I guess we're going to bloody Blackpool. And he kicked all his VHS tapes over. And I'm just like, your grandkid is in the room. Like, this is fucking outrageous. He said, bloody Sam. And he kicked all his VHS tapes.
I'd be spewing if you was a baby. I'd be spewing if I had to go Blackpool. He's spewing.
You know.
He's kicked all his VHSs over. He's spewing.
Oh, mate, he punted them as hard as his little fucking elderly legs could. Like, what's he done that for? Now imagine him.
Blackpool is shit. Like, I don't even blame him.
Oh, I got a fucking bed bug bit when last time I was in Blackpool. I went on a stag do. We stayed in some shithole B&B. And fucking, yeah. Tell you what, mate, I had so many bites. The amount of blood I must have lost. Like, I was weak. It weren't a hangover. I was fucking straight dying. I'd been vampired. I was, I'm transforming.
Looking a bit pale, Rich.
Yeah,
I've lost 3 pints of blood.
Oh, mate, I was scratting as well. So you're down there in Blackpool. You're trying to, on a stag do, you're trying to pull birds and that. and you're covered in fucking bites and boils and scratting all the time.
All right? Yeah,
Not scabies, like. Anyway.
It's just full body herpes.
Yeah, don't worry. Right. So I see the parallels when I see these elderly politicians like going back and forth at each other. I used to see with my grandparents when they used to argue and watching them go through the decades of when they were in their late 50s and they were still just sort of adults but getting there. And then in the 60s when they still had their faculties but the body was kind of giving up a little bit. And then the late 60s when suddenly they start behaving like kids. And then the 70s where they're decrepit, potentially senile, got other memory problems, eyesight problems. They're struggling with basic tasks. This is the age American is like, yeah, we'll elect him. What's that? I can't even open a tin of beans. Here's the red button, you mad cunt. Have it.
Yeah.
Like, why are they signing up for that? There should be a fucking age limit. It's just reality. I don't care about your fucking nan who she smoked 60 a day and was sharp as a tack till the day she died. Brilliant, great for her, right? The average is bad. Like, as you get older, it gets worse. Worse. Remember that. Worse. Worse mentally, worse physically. I don't want you running the country. I don't want you deciding whether we get into a war or not when you have the fucking same emotional stability as a fucking kid.
Also, but the closer you are to death, surely the less you give a fuck about your repercussions as well. So you have less of a reason to not fuck up shit, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it, I'll be dead soon anyway.
I don't want 20-somethings fresh from college doing it neither.
No.
But that's probably the best of both worlds. If I had to pick one, a max age limit to get in, or a fucking minimum age limit where you have to get out, I'm all about that. I'm all about the second one, 100%. Anyway, here's why. So, after the debate, Trump waded in and basically said, like, he seemed confused about him. And so they asked Joe Biden, what do you think about that? Because he was implying that, you weren't mentally sharp or whatever. And so he said, well, if he questions my mental capacity, I'll challenge him to a press-up competition. Fucking kill me.
What's this? It's a knockout.
Kill me, Sam.
It's only one way to find out. Fight!
Karate chopped me on the back of my neck when I'm not looking, like I was a rabbit about to go in a fucking stew. Just chop. There I was, stressed out because a potential presidential candidate was challenging the current incumbent president to a press-up contest. And then it all went black, and it was so peaceful. It was so nice. I'd be like Matthew McConaughey at the end of season 1, True Detective, full crying. There was just warm darkness down there where there was no American politics. And it was so nice, and it was calling me. And then I came back. Can't. You know what I mean? It's so fucking ridiculous, the state of this shit. So President Trump's implied you're not mentally fit.
Fight him!
What are you going to say about that?
Fucking push-up contest.
Yeah, look, watch this, like. Fucking sound. You've certainly proven to me that you have all your faculties, Joe. You've really done it. You've really owned the drumpster there. He's fat like you do, not me. He's still ripped at 75. Fuck off. Fuck off. Get out the race, you fucking creepy weirdo. He hasn't even got it together yet to stop kissing fucking girls and women on the fucking head. He can't help himself. You know what I mean? He's like a fucking... You're at the zoo and you're trying to feed a fucking giraffe. Straight over there. He just can't do it. He can't, if you haven't got the faculties to realise everyone calling you creepy Uncle Joe is because of your behaviour. He even issued a statement, Sam. This is completely true. He put a statement out going, me just creeping up behind women and grabbing the shoulders is just how I show affection. Yeah, just all right, we know. We know that. We know that. The point is, don't. Fuck me. He's still polling at the top, Sam. People are looking at that and going, yeah, well, that orange man's pretty bad. Let's get this fucking senile creepy cunt in. Who was even said, yeah, nothing will change really if I become president. He'll probably we keep skewing all, and it can't be Bernie. Bernie looks like the fucking crypt keeper. Like, what are you fucking doing? You might be
That'll
all about
it,
that
though,
social
mate.
stuff.
You'll win.
Just get a guy 20 years younger.
After not getting wrecked this year, you'll win and then just die mid-inauguration. But I'm going
I
to
know,
reduce.
oh,
I'm going to
that.
beat Big Fur. I thought you had taken the medicine they'd given me.
while the Curb Your Enthusiasm thing plays.
Larry David just looking over.
But straight up, man, like, this has got to stop. Like, you've got to stop electing the elderly. Like, I'm just telling you. I'm almost convinced in a way that there's a reason why. It's part of the reason why American politics has got increasingly dysfunctional. Because say what you will, again, Obama was young, healthy, virile, charming. You know, what you want in a politician. You know, you want to look at a politician and think, yeah, he actually represents me and he'll do a good job. Yeah.
Exactly.
I bet he can do 100 press-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you want to think. I bet he'd win the press-up. But like, this is just really fucking bad that we just keep putting old, decrepit people at the forefront of American politics and they just handle their business like this. You know? And again, I'm not saying hashtag not all elderly, right? You've got to throw that in there for the haters, right? But obviously, I think Joe Biden. I'm not saying he's lost his marbles, but I'm saying one or two is missing from the bag.
He hasn't got the full collection, like.
No, I definitely don't like. He hasn't lost the big one. He's still got the jack. He's still got the big one.
He's just missing a few of his spares, like.
Yeah, mate, his spare ones are gone, like. Defo. Spares went a while ago, I reckon. I think he's lost one or two, like, in the main set. You know, he's like...
Surely I did these, I can't count
I'm
anymore.
flicking... I'm getting less flicks. For some reason. Yeah, you've lost some of your marbles!
Well done, John. I'm glad to hear you've gone and done some less flicking around the women. I told you not to.
Right, so let's do one news story, 2 videos, peace the fuck out, get you to bed, get you tucked in. There you go, Sam. There you go, Sam. There's your little bong hits for baby Samothy.
Jerky's Minion donated $100, said for Sam stem cells as well, mate. Let's definitely make that a thing. I will 100% reward me
Thanks
getting
a lot,
stemmed
Jerky,
up.
buddy. Always love your constant support of the show.
Yeah,
and yes,
mate,
that will help.
yeah,
we are going to get some stem cells into Sam as soon as we can.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Tuck him in bed, swaddle you up like a baby. We'll give you a little bong. Here's a blowback. You there? Right? Straight up your ring. Stem cells in the mouth. Smoke up the ring. What?
I'm just thinking, remember that nut oil left in yours, right? If you soak the tampon with that nut oil, right?
Mate, I threw that nut oil out.
Minutes.
It's gone rancid. Like,
it's
gone rancid. It's gone. Threw it out. Wait, yeah, you did. There's a reason you left it.
Yeah, but I want to
It's
taste
the
it this
only
time.
thing that had THC in it I've ever seen you decline.
It was gross. What?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Whoa, there's a fucking blim in this used nappy. There is nothing. There's nothing. You fucking will say no to, but you weren't having that CBD nut oil. Like,
I had everything else, but I couldn't handle it.
All, like.
It was legit making me gag, but I couldn't taste it.
Stem cells rise up. Right, anyway. So let's do these last few stories. Because this is important, right? This is actually an important one. I think, people who tune in, I like to do some news that's funny. But I also like to give you warnings, like we're warning you about the seagulls, we're warning you if you're in Somerset, keep an eye out for gimps. But this is actually important. This could save your life. So I don't know if you might be the kind of person that takes supplements, for certain things. Well, I just want to let you know that there is a very legitimate supplement that a lot of people have been taking. It's actually got some hidden drugs in it. So this is just to let you know.
Drugs and more drugs. Now you talking about.
I know. Yeah, right.
Now you.
It's just to let you know that if you are drinking the very reputable supplement Big Penis, that it's not as legitimate as the name makes it sound. I didn't see this coming. Obviously, Big Penis is a brand you can trust. Yeah, when I think of the words Big Penis, I just think of safety.
Big penises.
That. But I think of safety. I think of a family brand.
Exactly. Mom and
I think
pop
of
built.
Quality. Yeah, exactly.
Handmade, hand bottled, big penis.
So if you have got any cartons of big penis in your house, just have a run over and just check. This is the US. This is the FDA. That's the Food and Drug Administration. This is important. This is consumer advice. Basically, what it is, and I mean this is where it gets really shocking. They did a laboratory analysis of big penis drink, and it's actually got sildenafil in it.
No,
which is
never knew that.
Which is what they put in Viagra. You see.
Oh no.
So basically,
never knew that.
This drink, this supplement that basically was supposed to give you, unbelievable sexual desire, to grow your penis, called Big Penis. It's actually got the most notorious drug.
Yeah, right. How good is
for
this product?
Sex drive and bigger knobs in it.
These they're not cutting it with shit, but they're cutting it with the stuff you want. Imagine buying Big Penis and it comes with a side of Viagra, but what's the main course if the side meal is Viagra? But there must be straight bull semen in that, but testosterone, bull semen, protein shake, spinach, but Popeye.
CRT. Oh, fucking. Big Penis, right? Big Penis has Viagra in it, Sam. This is a big fucking deal, man. This is a big deal. They're hiding Viagra in Big Penis drink. I don't know what the world's coming to. And it's the thing as well, they must be making mad money on this. And do you know how I know? Because they're slipping Viagra in and not putting it on the box.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. They're putting drugs in.
How many people were buying Big Penis before they knew about fucking Viagra?
It's like when people always give that shit but what if they spike your weed with fucking heroin? Ooh, what kind of drug dealer do you know that sells fucking cheap drugs and puts expensive drugs on it, but who does that for a living? I'm going to make the big returns. I'm going to make this weed double cocaine.
I saw a story, actually, where they fucking did that, and they did, an analysis of some British fucking weed.
I don't believe them, but...
No, but they did this lab and that. What, you think it's a deep fake? Fucking psyop to make people stop buying weed.
Exactly, but
it said it had the sand you get off building sites in.
Oh, I believe
to affect the weight and heroin, little bits of heroin, trace heroin, all this stuff. So I don't know. But it's like what they say about all the the pound notes in Britain.
But I've seen a lot of weed in my fucking days, but
soaked with coca.
I feel like you'd be able to see. I've seen a lot of weed in my time, but I feel like you'd be able to tell if someone's put heroin and or sand on your weed. But there you know what I mean? How are you hiding that? But heroin, fair enough. You could have dissolved it in water. Exactly.
I don't even know who's doing it.
Who's giving out free drugs? Tell me which drug dealer's giving free drugs on drugs, but I'll go there. Whoever's doing the 2-for-1 deal, but
can I get some of that smack weed?
Yeah, exactly. But can I be getting some of that marijuana, mate? I'm in.
I heard they used to do that in Thailand too.
Yeah, but on purpose, though. They probably, when they sell it, they tell you, and they charge you extra for it. They don't give it boss, it's just 10 bag, but
it's like the old Thai Red Bulls as well. I don't even know if this is still true, but it used to be true about, almost 20 years ago. And that was the Thai Red Bull used to have something in it that was just basically like an amphetamine. It was only in Thailand, and you weren't allowed to bring Thai Red Bull back with you. You couldn't bring it back.
No.
Airports were fucking. Oh, is that? And it said on this. It used to have a warning on the side of the tins, where it would say, "If you drink more than 4 cans of Red Bull, you will have a heart attack." not you might, not you might experience discomfort, tachycardia. No, you just straight heart attack. You're straight dead. Yeah. And they used to make these cocktails, the Thai buckets, and that you would take the Thai Red Bulls and you'd put your 4 cans in and you'd fill it up with spirits and you'd basically fucking mix it all around with your homies and get wrecked. So, this is a Thai Red Bull. Get ready to die. Just like that.
Oh, mate, see, why weren't I alive back then? Mate, all you needed for a good night was a couple of Red Bulls and a big penis pill, like, and you were away for the
mate,
night.
imagine it. I'm just imagining it. Thai Red Bull,
I'd be
a big
wearing
doink,
a cape,
and a can of big penis.
I'd be wearing a cape, and I'd be at the club, but drinking Red Bulls and eating big penis pills.
I hope, because obviously this will be on YouTube, right? So I hope when I'm dead at 50, right, people are just going to assess all the... Yeah, it came as such a shock. We don't know how. We just don't know why all his organs suddenly gave in at once. This is all the evidence, guys. All these stories. I made a pact with myself, aged 18, that I'm going to go hard and check out soon. And I thought it'd be 27, and it wasn't, because that's the cool age. And now I'm old and washed up, but now I'm feeling it, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, remember that Saturday? I probably should have dialed that one back, like just a little bit. Remember that time to prove that the Thai Red Bull warning wasn't worth it? Remember when you downed them 4 cans and then sat there for an hour just sweating and hallucinating? You shouldn't have done that, Rich. Yeah, you're right now. You know, 30, I feel like 37-year-old Rich would like to talk to 18-year-old Rich about some of his choices, but you can't do it. You have to fucking you buy the ticket. But... You buy the ticket, you take the ride. You buy the ticket, you take the ride. But still, be careful if you're out there, if you're kids, if you're out there doing big penis.
Watch out for gimps.
just watch out. Watch out. Because that big penis, it's not what you think it is. The spike in your big penis. Right. Here's one thing. This isn't even funny. I don't think you'll laugh at this, but I think it's fucking brilliant. Right? I think it's fucking great. And this is what when I was a kid, this is what I always hoped the future would look like in a way. You know, because we kind of got sold short, my generation. You know, we thought it was flying cars and time travel, and it's fucking Joe Biden challenging Donald Trump to a press-up competition and paper straws. So we've been cheated. But I couldn't fucking believe this.